En sy het nou net die veteran toer ook gedoen met hom. So dis 'n baie lekker motor. En net vir die inligting, Mercedes-Benz het eers in 1926 'n Mercedes-Benz geword. Voor dit was 'n Daimler en 'n Benz. En maar hierdie is 'n genuine Benz. Nou sê vir Renée baie dankie.
Ek kon net sê dit is 'n 120 PS toerenwagen, 'n 2.4 liter 4-silinder en 20 horsepower en hy het geen synchronized gears nie waarvan daar 4 is.
Daar sê baie dankie Renée. En my nie spin nie hoor. Dan hierdie is 'n 1938 Mercedes-Benz W142 Dr. Waldo Scribanti. Ons sê vir hom ook baie welkom. Hy is ook die president van die Mercedes-Benz Club en hy is ook die voorsitter van die Suid-Kaap Ou Motor Club. So ons sê vir hom baie dankie vir al sy harde werk om hierdie skou 'n sukses te maak en sy pragtige motor.
Dankie Kobus. Soos Kobus gesê, dit is 'n 1938 320 Mercedes. Sy reeksnommer is W142. Dit is 'n 3.4 liter engine, 6-silinder. Hy het 'n overdrive gearbox en sover ek weet is daar 11 van hulle in die wêreld nog.
Baie dankie. So only 11 of these fantastic cars still in the world. So they're very rare, probably the only one in South Africa. Hierdie motor is natuurlik almal begeer so 'n kar. Dit is die 300 SL Roadster. Behoort aan André Fourie. Ons sê vir hom baie dankie dat hy met sy motor gekom het. Is 'n pragtige motor. Hy het hom al 'n hele aantal jare. Dis 'n 6-silinder, 3 liter, nee, hoeveel liter is hy? 3 liter?
Straight 6.
Hy sê dis 'n straight 6. En natuurlik kan jy die harde kappie afhaal en dit is die ander kar wat ook sy susterkar is die Gullwing, die 300 SL Gullwing. Ongelukkig kon ons nie een hier kry vandag nie, maar hierdie is André se 300 pragtige motor. Baie dankie André. Hierdie is 'n 108 280 SE.
The 280S straight 6 2.8 4-speed automatic.
Thank you very much. Baie dankie vir al die pad van die Oos-Kaap af. Hierdie is 'n 1979 450 SLC. Dit behoort aan Johan Harris. En Johan Sloot is die man wat nou rondry met hom hier. Hierdie kar is nog 100% oorspronklik. Hy is nog nooit gerestaureer nie. Hy is soos hy die dag uit van die fabriek afgekom het. So hy is nog in 'n baie mooi toestand. Dankie Johan. Pieter Lourens met sy 280 SL 107. Hierdie reeks is almal die 107. They are the 107 range. So it's a very nice car. Pieter, dankie hoor. 280 is 'n 6-cylinder automatic. En hier het ons 'n pragtige motor en hierdie man gaan vir jou vertel wat hy hier het.
2002 SL55 V8.
Dis 'n V8 SL55. Hy is nogal redelik hastig hierdie motorkar. En baie dankie dat julle gekom het na die skou toe hoor. Hier het ons nou 'n baie interessante besigheid. In 1960 toe het 'n meneer Mackenzie van Oudtshoorn het hy hierdie motor nuut gekoop. En hulle het toe in dieselfde jaar hy en 'n Dr. Kloete het met hierdie motor van George Oudtshoorn afgery dwars deur Afrika, deur die Sahara woestyn, deur Europa tot in Skotland. Ja, hulle was deur Casablanca. Pieter ken die storie, hy gaan gou vir julle vertel.
Hulle het van Oudtshoorn Casablanca toe gery, daar vanaf Gibraltar Skotland toe. En toe hulle met die kaselboot weer terug, die voertuig teruggebring en toe sy weer hier in Oudtshoorn.
So hierdie is 'n baie interessante motor. Hy gaan aan die ander kant staan. Hier is foto's wat geneem is op sy toer deur Afrika. Hier's 'n kaart ook op. En meneer Mackenzie het vir sy ma gaan kuier in Skotland. Toe sê hy vir haar, hy het al die pad gery van Oudtshoorn af met die kar en hy gaan dan nou uitvat vir ete. So gee hom 'n ander klapie so. As hy gee hom 'n lekker sê, dankie Pieter. Ja, hierdie is Johan Kriel, hy is al van Bonnievale se wêreld met sy pragtige 113. Wat jaar moet jy as die kar, Johan?
1968.
Baie mooi kar. Hy sy dak kan ook afhaal. So hierdie jaar is die 113's. Hulle 60 jaar is die verjaardag van hierdie karre. Ons het 'n spesiale uitstalling daar by die Mercedes uitstalling van die 113's. Ek dink daar's 12 of 13 van hulle. En ons het gehoop om baie meer te kry, maar hierdie karre is 60 jaar oud. Baie dankie, Johan. Ja, hier is ons ook 'n baie rare motor. Dis 'n 114, 115 coupe, tweedeurkar. En goeiedag, en hierdie meneer gaan vir julle alles vertel van sy kar.
Baie dankie Kobus, ek is net so raar soos die kar.
Baie dankie hoor. 250 coupe, baie mooi. Woe, hier's 'n edition 1. Nou hierdie man gaan vir ons vertel van die kar. Hierdie kar is nie vinnig nie, hy is verskriklik vinnig.
It's one of the cars which were imported from Germany, and this 25 of them that were brought in the country is one of them that is driving here.
Tell us about the engine.
The capacity is a C63, which is a 4.4, then is bi-turbo V8.
So it's a 6.3 liter bi-turbo V8. So it's you can just give it a little bit of rev. See, that's just brute force power. Thank you very much. Where are you from?
From Pretoria.
From Pretoria. This man came all the way from Pretoria to bring his beautiful car to the Jaws Motor Show. Thank you very much, sir. Hierdie mense, hulle is al die pad daar van die Vrystaat af. En hy gaan jou gou vertel van sy motor.
300 CE, lieflike kar, Duitse specialiteit.
Ja, hierdie is die 124 reeks, die coupe. Daai kar wat daar staan is die 123 reeks. Hierdie het daarna gekom. Hierdie is die 124, baie gesogte versamelaars item. Die coupe, en dis meneer en mevrou Kagelhoffer, al die pad van Bloemfontein af. Baie dankie hoor. Ja, hierdie is 123 reeks. Wat het ons hierso?
30E. En dis die vinnigste 123 met die koudste aircon.
Ja, hy sê die aircon werk 100% en die kar loop baie lekker. En is 'n pragtige kar, die 123 kar is 'n 230E. Outomaties met alles in. En natuurlik hierdie is die vlerkie coupe wat ons ken. Hy lyk baie soos die 108 reeks. En hierdie meneer gaan gou vir julle vertel. Dis meneer Pieter Boysen. Hy is al die pad daar aan die ander kant die berg af. Klerksdorp.
Noordwes. Ja, dis 'n 1971 model, 280 SE 111 coupe. En die kar is nou so 15 jaar in my besit. En ek is baie lief vir hierdie kar. Die kar en my vrou is presies in dieselfde kategorie.
Ja, sy gee vir die man 'n lekker ander klap daai. Dis 'n kompliment. Baie dankie hoor. Right, hier het ons 'n baie mooi liter kar. En die meneer gaan vir jou dadelik vertel.
Queen en die King sit hier agter.
Oor die Queen en die King sit hier agter. So dis hulle chauffeur en hy ry hulle rond. Ek gaan vir julle nou sê wat die kar se dinge alles. En hierdie is 'n S600, dis 'n 6 liter motor. En is hierdie 'n V12? Ja. Dis 'n V12 bi-turbo, 6 liter, S-klas, pragtig, S600. Baie dankie. Jy moet die handbreek losmaak, dan gaan hy wegspring. Hoor hoe mooi saggies loop hy daar. Pragtig, man. Hier is ook 1, 2, al die pad van die Vrystaat af. 1, 2, 4, wat is hierdie 300? 220E. Hierdie is 'n 220E, dis ook 'n baie rare model. En baie skaars, maar dit is 'n baie lekker kar. Almal hou van die 124 reeks, dis baie mooi. Al die pad van Bloemfontein af. Manne kom almal ver om by die Jaws motorskou te wees. Baie dankie hoor. Ek moet seker hier sal die heer of so iets. Hierdie is 'n Rolls Royce. Dis nou die einde van die Mercedes. Ons sê baie dankie vir die Mercedes klub vir hulle verbyry. En hierdie is 'n pragtige kar. En ek gaan nou vir meneer Pieter Venter van Stellenbosch vir jou dat hy vertel oor die kar.
Dankie oom Kobus. Dis 'n vriend van my se kar. Dis 'n 2019 long wheelbase Phantom met 'n 6.75 liter V12 twin turbo engine. En is 'n spesiale weergawe. Hulle noem dit die Limelight. Daar's net 25 in die wêreld gebou. Almal blou, almal met al die spekke. Fenominale kar.
Ons sê vir Pieter baie dankie dat hy hierdie motor gebring het vir ons daar van Stellenbosch af. Soos hy sê, daar's net hoeveel gebou? Daar's net 25 in die wêreld. Only 25 of these Rolls Royce cars were built. Same color, same spec, everything. So if you own one of these, then you are very special. And this one is the only one in Africa. Thank you very much. Ja, geef vir daai man 'n lekker hande klap. Kom, julle sit en slaap hierso. Kom. Right, hier kom die DKW's nou. Hierdie is van die heel eerste DKW'tjies en ek weet nie vreeslik baie van hulle af nie, behalwe dat hulle dink 3 silinders het. En maar hierdie meneer gaan gou vir julle vertel.
Dankie, ek is Johan. Hierdie is 'n 1939 2-silinder DKW. Voorwiel aandrywing, dwars gemonteerde engine. Nie baie van hulle in die land mee hoor nie.
Nou het ek 'n bietjie gejok vir hulle. Ek het gedink is 'n 3-silinder, is 'n 2-silinder. 2-cylinder engine. Thank you very much. Baie dankie meneer. En sy kappie kan afhaal ook, as die son te warm is, dan slaan jy die kappie af. Hierdie is 'n baie rare Auto Union DKW en hy kom al die pad daar van Mosselbaai af, linkerhand stuur, fabrieks ingeboude sondak. En so ek gaan gou laat hierdie man vir jouself vertel van die geskiedenis van sy motor.
Kobus, hy het daarom 'n 3-silinder, 2-stroke engine, 900 cc's, and I've had it for about 40 years.
Have you had this car for 40 years? Well, you looked after it very well. It looks beautiful. Oh, hy's 'n bietjie geboutox. Okay, baie dankie hoor. Baie. Right, dis ons. Hulle is almal 3 cylinders, 3-cylinder engines. Auto Union 1956. En baie dankie. Vertel ons gou van jou kar. Hoe lank het jy hom al?
Ek het hom in 1978 by my pa oorgeneem. Hy het hom nuut gekoop in 1956. En hy word op elke dag gebruik. En hy's 'n runner, hy's 'n bietjie gemodify en hy het nou 1000 cc masjien in waar oorspronklik 'n 900 cc masjien in het. En hy het 'n side drive op en suspension boxes en so aan.
Jy het nog gehoor wat sê die man? Sy pa het die kar nuut gekoop. His father bought this car brand new and later on he took it over from his father. So this car's been in their family since 1956. So what a beautiful car. What a achievement to have to own a car that long. Om 'n kar so lank te besit. Baie dankie. Marag. Hennig Marais, this is the owner of this car, and Hennig is going to tell you about his car. You will notice some of these cars has got 2 doors, and some of them has got 4 doors. The front doors they call suicide doors because it opens from the front backwards. So you don't open the door while you're driving.
Wat hom besonder maak is 'n outomatiese karretjie. Hy het nie 'n clutch nie. sal ek sê semi-outomaties. 57 model, hy is so 8 jaar in die familie.
See, if you own a DKW, you can keep it for many years. He've had it for 8 years, and this is a semi-automatic. It hasn't got a clutch, but you still change the gears with a gear lever. It's got the electric built-in clutch. Baie dankie enig hoor. Lekker dankie self. Hierdie manne gaan nie julle vertel van hulle karre.
Hallo, my naam is Philip Matthias. Ek is nie die eienaar nie, die man voor my, Hennig Marie, dis sy motor. Dis die tweede jaar dat ek hom skou te bring. Dis 'n 62 1000 S 3-silinder, 4-speed manual, coupe.
Baie dankie hoor. Hierdie is meneer Tinus Nel se kar. Ek weet nie of hy bestuur nie. Ja, hier sit hy nogal met sy wit hoedjie. En hy het 'n hele kar vol kuiermense en 'n kasdrywe en ek weet nie wat als nie. En Tinus kom ook van Mosselbaai af en hy is ook die trotse eienaar van hierdie kar. Is dit nog 'n oorspronklike kar, Tinus?
Dis 'n oorspronklike kar, sy 62, dit is die groter een.
Ja, dit is 'n 62 model, hy's nog oorspronklik. Hulle noem hierdie 4-deur die groter kar is die limousine. Die ander is gewone 2-deur. Baie dankie. Is hy ook 'n 3-silinder? Daar's hy. Hallo. Hierdie meneer gaan vir julle vertel wie hy en waar kom sy kar vandaan.
Ek is Regard, maar ons is hier van George af, maar hierdie is my swaar se kar. Hy is van Jeffreys Bay af. So al die pad van daar af gery hiernatoe. Ja.
Al die pad van Jeffreys Bay. They came all the way from Jeffreys Bay. And so we say very welcome for the DKW Owners Club to attend this motor show. Thank you very much. Baie dankie hoor. Ja, hierdie oral is dop, hierdie DKW's is daar iewers julle uitbroei hierso. Hierdie is die kleiner weergawe. You will see it's got 2 doors where those cars got the 4 doors. So it's a 2-door, still 3 cylinders. Okay, this is a normal gear shift. So very nice condition. Thank you very much. Baie dankie. Herman, Herman. Okay, hier is nou Volkswagens. Lekker dankie self met jou man. Ek gaan julle nou sien. En hier is die Volkswagen, hierdie manne, waarvan is julle? Hy is van George af, al die pad van George af gery hiernatoe. Yes, like man, dat is baie goed. Sê gou vir ons van jou kar en wat 'n masjien het hy als in?
Hy is 'n gewone 1600 twin port.
1972, 1600. Baie mooi, pragtig. Baie dankie hoor. Ja, ek dink jy het die verkeerde polish gebruik hoor. Maar baie welkom by die skou. En jy het seker al baie gaan visvang met die bakkie. Nee, nie eintlik nie. Vang hy, bou jy hulle. Vertel ons gou van jou kar. Jy moet eintlik die kar se binne sien pragtig. Hy het 'n ketting vir 'n stuurwiel. So aan mekaar geweld is. So dis baie mooi en hy het sy gearlever se kop is 'n piston, seker 'n grasleier se piston of iets. Of was dit 'n spaar een vir die engine? Baie dankie hoor. Ek kan sê hierdie manne, hulle surfers, hulle surf hier by Victoria Bay dink ek. Môre.
Goed self. My naam is Wayne, ek is hier van George, al die pad van Bergsig af.
Sy al die pad en lyk my hy's 'n krangige branderplankryer. Ek weet ook ek jou nog nie op Mosselbaai gesien nie hoor, jy moet kom, ons het lekker branders daar. Okay, dankie dat julle is. Kyk hierdie man kan nou saam met daai swart Mercedes ry hier op Afrika toe. Jy kan sien hy's sommer klaar gepak met sy suitcases, sy skateboard. So as jy gaan staan, dan het jy 'n skateboard om verder te ry, jy weet. So lyk baie mooi en baie dankie hoor. Hallo. Vertel ons gou van die kar.
Is 'n 1974 Volkswagen Beetle 1600.
Okay, is hy nog standaard? Ja, hy sê is nog 100% standaard. En jy kan sien hy's nog baie mooi. Hy kort so strippe hier en daar, maar dit sal nog aankom. Okay, baie dankie hoor. O, hallo. Jy sien, dit gebeur as 'n ou hier rond staan, dan kry jy hom nog so 'n lekker drukkie en 'n soentjie ook, jy weet. Maar man, kyk vir my so. Hierdie, watter jaar model is die Beetle?
It's 1958.
1958, 1958 Beetle. En hy lyk my nog heeltemal oorspronklik. Ja, so hulle hierdie karretjie is nog soos hy daar van uit en af gekom het. Daar's hy. Baie dankie hoor. Oppas nou. Hierdie ding lyk of hy 'n bietjie haastig kan wees. Kan jy so 'n bietjie vertel ons gou van wat het jy hier agter? Is 'n mooi, jy moet kom kyk. You see the color of this car, very nice glitter. So I think he used his wife's glitter and mixed it with the paint and then he sprayed it up so he might be in trouble.
Okay, hierdie is 'n 1973 Beetle met 'n Subaru motortjie in.
Well, dis 'n lekker Subaru engine in. Ons weet dat Subaru bou motors vir resies en so hierdie is 'n Subaru engine wat in die Volkswagen is. So hy behoort nogal haastig te wees. Baie dankie hoor. Ja, ons wil nie so vinnig ry nie. Kyk hoe mooi is die karretjie ook met sy lekker sy sondak in, sy witwalbande. En die meneer, waar kom hy vandaan?
Dispatch.
Van Dispatch, dis waar hulle die karretjies waar hulle gebore is, daar uit en laag.
So iets ja. Nou so 'n jaar was my skoonpa se kar gewees.
O, okay. Ja, sien, hy's nog gelukkig. Hy het sommer die vrou gekry en toe die skoonpa hom van my kar bygegee ook. So dis baie mooi. Baie dankie dat julle gekom het al die pad, hoor. Gaan geniet die res van die skou. Onthou ons is môre nog hierso. Môre is nog 'n hele skoudag. Williams Martin Racing. Ah. Hallo. Vertel ons gou van jou bus.
1990, 1804 spoed, waarvan net 300 gebou is vir Telkom in die Agus.
O, okay. So jy hoor as hulle spesiaal vir Telkom in die Agus gebou en jy kan sien hy's lyk my support team hierso vir die Porsche manne ook. Okay, baie dankie hoor. Ja, hierso is natuurlik 'n baie rare motor hierdie een. Die kombi camper met die hoë dak en hulle is gewoonlik baie mooi toegerus met kassies en tafeltjies en stoele en so aan. Baie dankie. Ja, hierdie is nog van die laaste air-cooled Volkswagen kombis. Watter model is hierdie?
75 1800 Deluxe. En sy naam is Top Deck.
Sy naam is Top Deck 1975 1800 Deluxe. En hy is nog heel oorspronklik met sy sitplekke alles. Baie dankie. Lyk baie mooi, hoor. Hierdie noem hulle 'n halwe broodjie. 'n Halwe broodjie want hy's 'n halwe kombi en hy's half bakkie. En baie mooi wat o, hy ook ek sê dis een van die enigste kombis wat uitkom met 'n aircon. Hierso is 'n hand aircon, so jy gebruik hom net so jy spuit hom, jy sien? Daar sê baie dankie hoor. Dan hierso is die Parel se brandweerrok met 'n leer op en alles. So ons is gelukkig as hier 'n brand uitbreek dan if we get a fire here, we've got the fire brigade here. He said it's full of water, but some of the water's got whiskey in, so if you've got a problem, thank you very much. Where are you from? Oh, Klapmuts, in die Kaap. Thank you very much. Al die pad gery met hom tot hier. You drove it all the way. En waar is hy siren? Right, hierso is Blommetjie en haar bussie. Hello, wat 'n jaar moet ek?
English.
Okay, what year is this combi?
It's 1975.
1975, and how long did you have it?
18 years.
18 years, and you drove it all the time? Oh, dus kom ons gee vir die vrou lekker hande klap. Is haar 10de keer by die skou en sy ry hierdie kar al 18 jaar. So, haar sy. Thank you very much. Hier is ons nog die manne van die Kaap, af van die strandse wêreld af, met 'n kombi panel van. Maar dan, wat
Dis die jaar wat hulle die VW Brazilian gemaak het. 1975 die laaste en enigste jaar wat hulle hierdie 75 Brazilian Fleetline twin port 1600 cc vervaardig het in Suid-Afrika.
Ja, dit is 'n hele mond vol daai. Ek sal dit nooit onthou nie, maar dit is pragtig en baie welkom hoor. En dankie dat julle hom kom wys dit vir ons. Hey manne, ry almal ver, half van Somerset in die Kaap af met hulle kombies. Hierdie kombi dink ek is nog 100% oorspronklik. Okay, this guy will tell us all about his kombi.
All right, it's also a Brazilian bus, 1975, just like the panel van in front, except it's the combi. This one is completely unrestored. It's a little weathered, but it has all its original paint, original upholstery, original 1600 motor, and yeah, it drives up from the Cape under its own power.
Oh, fantastic, and thanks for coming. We hope to see you tomorrow as well, and also the next George Motor Show. Right, hier's ons nou heeltemal in 'n ander category, we're a different league here. So I've got this gentleman here, he'll tell us who he is and where he comes from and what is he driving.
Hi there, my name's Dave Rowley. This is my replica Porsche Speedster from Cape Town. Unfortunately trailered here, not driven. Built over the last 3 years, running a 1900cc engine, but based as close as I could to an original Speedster.
Thank you very much, it looks beautiful. And good luck, and you've done a spell job, you know. We need people like this to restore old cars and build up cars, because if they're not there, there will be no motor show, there will be no old cars. So we must keep on doing this, and so I say thank you to you. And as Herman just said just now, we need the younger people to join the club and become members of the Southern Cape Old Car Club or the Mercedes-Benz Club. And so we need the younger guys to join the cars and build cars, and they are the future of this club.
Good afternoon. This is a 67 Beetle from West Germany. It actually came out with air conditioning. What you do is when you're traveling, you do that. And it's very cool.
Yes, it's a very good patent. You know, you just have to know how to open these side windows, and then you will have nice air on you. Is this car imported from Germany? Or this car has been imported from Germany. Hy is ingevoer van Duitsland af. Hy is nie hier vervaardig en uit te laag nie. So uit al die pad iemand het hom ingebring Suid-Afrika toe. Baie dankie. Dan hierdie is 'n Carmen Gia en hy's 'n bietjie plat geraak hoor. Hy het hom so gedrop. Oh, iets het gebeur, hy weet nie, toe hy een oggend opstaan, toe lê die kar so. Hy sê nou ry hom maar net, daar gaan hy nou. En dan, sy sien, ja, jy sien. Geef hierdie man 'n lekker hande klap, wys gaan ons gou weer hoe lig hy op. Ja, Carmen Gia Owners Club. And
I lost my wallet. Can you any way that you can ask anybody?
Okay, we'll ask them. Okay, baie dankie hoor. This gentleman standing there with me.
Rev it, Lippy, I need more power. Revving it. Yes, baby.
Dankie dat jy hier was.
Dyson, you muted. Spell failure.
Eskong. Hier dit. Headphones.
Baby, oh.
Don't get a car for the life you want, South Africa. Get one for the life you've been given. We buy cars.
Bernice, you're the General Manager of the Protea Hotel Marriott King George. Welcome again to the car show. How fabulous is this?
Absolutely amazing. Another year went past and here we are, 2023.
an amazing, extremely hot day, wonderful, lots of people, and a buzzing tent. That's all we can ask for. Full hotel, and just great to be here.
That full hotel part, that's super important for you as a GM of a hotel. And it's events like these that bring tourism into George to help you keep a full hotel.
Absolutely, very, very true. And there should be a lot more. We should really think and host a lot more of these type of functions, because if you really think about it, it's not only the George eater that comes to George, it's all over, people from Johannesburg, people from Cape Town, people from very far away that actually comes to George to visit the old car show. So if there would be some more events like this, I think it will really have a great improvement in tourism, and every single hotel can get their a little bit of sunshine to be part of this.
And we spoke to the Deputy Mayor this morning, and he mentioned something, George, city for all reasons.
Absolutely. I've also had the privilege to speak to him this morning, had him in my tent, very, very honourable to have that. Yes, very focused on George, the city for all. And I just think it's because of our friendliness and our welcoming feeling that brings people here. And I mean, it's just amazing to see so many people together, all together in one place, one spot, and just enjoy events like this and have the security that we have to host it.
So one of the things coming from Johannesburg, Pretoria area, coming to George, is you land here and you drive a little bit and there's something, and you can't put your hand on it until it's clean. It's neat, all the robots work, the traffic lights work, the roads are good. There's just a next level of really niceness about this area.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, if you don't live here and you just come and visit for this weekend, I'm sure you're eventually going to relocate. A relocation from all the people in the eastern, northern up areas is not a threat for the hospitality industry, but it does take a lot away from us, because a lot of people are currently relocating to this area because of the clean area, the tidy area, clean streets, robots,
friendly
people, and just the way I think the whole municipality comes aboard to actually just manage the George area and the Eden area in this Garden Route area.
Now you run the VIP tent here, and we hear the rustling and the crackle of ice in the background. I guess you're going to go through a lot of ice today.
A lot? I don't think a lot. I can't describe it. I think that is like the 10th bucket that has arrived from this morning. But yes, it's extremely hot, but the tent is buzzing. And I can say half of it with buzzing is guests that's staying in my hotel. So very, very fortunate to have them with me. So thankful.
Well, we're also thankful. The function at the hotel last night was absolutely magnificent. The variety of food was spectacular. And thanks again for supporting the Old Car Show and running the tent. Thanks, Bernice.
Thank you very much, and come around for a drink later.
We'd love to.
Enjoy
Cheers.
the hospitality.
It's really what you guys put on. Thank you. Roger Pierce, how wonderful to see you at this quite remarkable event.
And hot. And good to see you too.
Have you had a chance to walk around and look at the cars?
I have.
What's your favorite so far?
Rolls Royce, just to my left.
Which one?
That Mullen Award body.
Oh, the silvery one?
Yes.
Now there's a silver Ghost that's actually not silver, but it's blue.
I haven't seen it.
But Roger, there's over 1,000 cars. You can spend 2 days here and not see them all.
You've seen one Volkswagen, you've seen them all.
But have you seen the collection of all the Piranha models
Yes.
that are there?
Isn't that wonderful?
And the Alphas?
Yeah, there's some unusual Alphas. Very nice to see a Stelvio there amongst that lot.
Yeah.
Very splendid there.
Have you seen the Messerschmitt three-wheeler down there?
No, I didn't see that. I was looking at the Scabanti collection of Mercedes-Benz over there.
Quite a
That's
collection.
Very splendid. Yeah.
And I even saw an MG.
No.
Yes.
What colour?
I think it was green.
Green.
And a yellow, a pale blue Wolseley.
Oh, no, that's all right. Did you see any magnets down there? There's one.
Is there one?
No, it's not the right one.
Is this a challenge?
No, not at all.
Other signal, what if you...
It's just so wonderful to see petrol heads from all facilities. You see that old pre-war Chevy down there?
Yeah.
That needs a restoration, but who cares? I mean, the cars here, the people
But
are
does
here.
it need a restoration?
Well, in some people's minds, yes. You know.
But in the guy's mind, he's got an old car it's like
Very
real.
splendid. And there's the side valve 32 Deuce Coupe outside here. I don't know if you saw it, but that's also wonderful.
I haven't seen a grumpy person here today.
No, well, the sun they might fade away, but you see, there's a red double cab over there. So I say to myself, what is a? But it might be a Dodge Ram Charger. You see, so.
It's got Dodge stripes on it.
Well, that could make it interesting. And that's what's very splendid, because 2 cars away will be a hugely expensive Ferrari. And that's
There's that white
well, there's the
V12
Cadillac
one.
over there. See the back wings? I haven't stabbed any children with the wings yet, but
Give them a chance. And then there's an Alfetta down in front here.
there is. And Volkswagen bring their pavilion along, which is a very splendid thing.
Original Mark 1 GTI.
100%.
That was a
Absolutely.
hot rod in its time.
Absolutely.
And
And that's
T?
what I often do at shows like this. Which was the GTI of its time? You know, there's Morris Minors over there.
Yeah.
I mean, Willie Hepburn.
Yeah. That's it.
That's where they
Yeah, that's all you have to say is Willie
Yannick
Hepburn.
van Rooyen is here, and he just about freaked when he saw a 4CV Renault. That was his first race car. You know, so
And they lent like now. There's another Renault. After the 4CV came the 6 Diane.
yes, I haven't seen one. I haven't
There's a
been down
1971 model Diane here.
there. No,
It's quite spectacular
Yes.
down the sort of middle aisle here.
that's what makes this quite special.
You've been to the tractor section and the
Yes,
motor
I have
section.
looked at the tractors. Oh well, I went down there to see Lamborghinis, as they should be built.
There's another Lamborghini up here.
Oh, no,
Beautiful.
but that's a rare one. The tractors.
It's a tractor as well.
Oh.
And it's got a turbo on it. And in fact, we're gonna go there. Roger, thanks a lot. Answer your phone. Good seeing you.
Have a nice
Cheers. Rudolph, this is true history of a statement of the South African motor industry from the 70s. Racing Can-Am, original Can-Am, 50-year celebration this year of the Chevrolet Can-Am. Just, wow.
Yeah, it's wonderful. We raced 2 weeks ago. We raced with this Chevy at Swartkops at the Passion for Speed. And what a way to kick off the season. We got a double win at Swartkops, and it is amazing. And the 22nd of April, we are having at Swartkops Raceway the 50th anniversary for the Chevy Can-Am. And we inviting all Forenza, 1300, 2.5s, V8, clone Can-Ams, genuine Can-Ams, all Chevy petrol heads, please to come and join us on the 22nd of April and enjoy the day there with us. And yes, it is an absolute honor to be here, and what a privilege, especially from my side, to own a genuine Can-Am as well as a racing car. So yeah, we are very, very privileged, and yeah, and it's nice to be here at George Motor Show.
I'm told that there were 103 blocks or motors that were brought in for these cars, and sadly they're not many of genuine Can-Am, Forenza Can-Ams left.
No, there's not a lot of them left. As far as we know, there were only 100 production units made. And 3 race cars and I think 2 rally cars, if I'm not mistaken. So in total 105, 106, I think. And there's a big dispute about where did the numbers start and where did it end. So that is why we gave it some thought and said, well, let's get all the knowledgeable people together at Swartkops Raceway, where we will have a gentleman by the name of Paul Clark, who was working for GM back then, and he was a young engineer then. And also Jeff Mortimer, who was the builder of the first racing car.
So you might have tried to get Basil van Rooyen there?
Well, yes, I've got direct contact with him. I'm basically talking to him every week. But unfortunately, his health won't allow him to come to South Africa. So we have to settle for second best and get all that on a Skype video kind of thing to lay down everything as facts and to know what actually happened in 1972 when Basil van Rooyen behind the closed doors of Bob Price, who was the managing director at that stage of GM South Africa. But yeah, and we're trying to put it to rest. What was the actual number cars made and how many is still going? According to the Can-Am register, I think there is, let's say, roughly about 65 cars still in the world and 55 of them still in South Africa, and I don't think there is 20 maybe original cars, matching numbers, original rims, everything as it came.
This is one of them. I mean, you just look at this car and you can see it's
Yes.
the real deal.
Yes, this is one of the original cars. This is number 56. And everything is 100% original.
So as I understand the story with this car, there was the Piranha, a V8 Capri Piranha.
Yes.
That was quite an easy thing that Basil Green did, and with respect to the amount of work that they put in. There was enough space in the engine bay, there was available engines, and they put this in. And Basil came to Price with it wasn't the 302 Chevy on it, it was a bigger, heavier, not so powerful motor. But the concept of a V8 Firenze was great, but then GM Engineering got involved.
Yes, and according to the engineers, I think there was 348 engineer changes, if I'm not mistaken. And there was quite a few. I think the two first prototypes didn't come out with the 302 motor. It only came out, that came out with 307. It's a truck engine. And there were two prototype cars built, a green car and a brown car. The brown car was a manual and the green car was automatic. But if people come to Swartkops Raceway on the 22nd of April, they can find out anything there, whichever they want to ask. They can ask Paul Clark and Jeff Mortimer and Henny van der Linde. Yeah. And hopefully all questions...
Mortimer and van der Linde, in the racing thing, they were absolutely pivotal to the success of these cars.
Yes, and if I can remember correctly, Mortimer, the first Can-Am, was on the racetrack on the 5th of November 1972, and that was driven by Basil van Rooyen and Jeff Mortimer.
In the 9 hour, the first race, they go to the 9 hour.
Yes,
I mean, like,
you're 100%
and
right.
on the way there, they took two cars and there was an incident with the other car. On the trailer.
Yes, I'm not sure. I think that is facts that they would like to forget about. But yes, but the car got there and they did very well. But I think they weren't raced as a Can-Am back then. It was raced as a Chef Firenze V8.
So the date again in April?
The 22nd of April at Swartkops Raceway, and we will have good TV coverage there. And as well as Speed and Sound will cover it for us there as well.
Fantastic. And in order to do some homework, go to Facebook and look at PDM Clark. He's got a whole history of the Chev Firenze Can-Am, the fastest production car in the world in 1972. Really, in the world. It was is unbelievable.
Gave him a RS1600 airbox with.
No, I don't. Because I did the deal through another guy, and I think there was quite a bit of space and stuff, but I have a feeling that he took the... How do I look? Beautiful. Colbert Viljoen, I'm really liking this VCSA. That's Vintage Car South Africa, yeah?
That's the one, Colin.
And the idea behind introducing it's a little bit more corporate, it's a little bit more serious about cars than Volkswagen?
Well, Volkswagen did its thing and it brought us to where we are today, and we're still fortunate for that, and I'll never get rid of it completely, but yeah, working with international customers and all over the world, we needed to look at something that's a bit more relatable, and we thought something short, simple, powerful. VCSA, Vintage Cars SA, does the trick, and yeah, the branding looks good and it seems to be working.
Lovely stuff. Now, talking about looking good, Piranhas. Tell us, you got a collection of every model Piranha that was built here?
Colin, so yeah, I'd like always, you know, our business is we buy and sell, so obviously I'd want these cars to be ours and stay ours all the time, but unfortunately it can't, and we managed to find a good house for these cars, a proper collector customer. He started off with these and we found the cars for him, and we had options of who would house them and keep them for the rest of their days, but we decided to sell it to a specific customer, Macro Classics, Rodney McMillan, and we take care of the cars for him, and we have sourced most of the ones that we can find. We're still looking for one or two.
Okay, come and tell us about them. We got an Escort?
We got an Escort RS 1600, which that's the way it came into South Africa, but the BDA engines proved a bit difficult. It was given to Basil Green. He took out the BDAs, he put the Pinters, and he put a sticker over the RS 1600 badge, and you got a Piranha Escort.
And then a Capri. And
not just any Capri.
What Capri is this?
This is a very special car. This is number 12 of 12, the V6 Capri Piranha. Not a lot of people knew that they were built before Ford built the V6 Capris.
And that became a Capri 3000.
And that became a Capri 3000. So this car was built before that. It's based on the V4 body. That's why it doesn't have the bulge in the bonnet. It's all Basil Green car, number 12 of 12 with the V6 motor matching numbers car. It's the rarest of the Piranhas that you can find. And this car, the color, we're not 100% certain if it's right. We're busy investigating, but and we're probably going to restore this car to get it to the condition of the Escort. But we just spoke to someone that was here, believe it or not, and we always knew number 11 was around somewhere, and he just came and found us and showed me pictures and the tags. He's got number 11. He's got number 11. There you go.
This is all part of George Old Car Show. And then what we understand as the big daddy of them all, the Capri Piranha.
The one that everybody knows and wants, the V8 Piranha. Yeah, big engine for not a very big car, and probably a bit dangerous if you're on speed driving it. The problem comes in with the brakes and all that stuff, but the car does what it should, and it's an iconic car, number 247.
Quite ironic that here's the Capri Piranha, and right behind it is a Chevy Can-Am, and this car begat that one. That was Chevy's answer to this.
Absolutely.
It was a great period of craziness in automotive history.
Absolutely, and we tried to organize it that way. So we asked Uncle Willie Botha, he's around here, so he bought his Can-Am and his mate's Can-Ams and his Cortina as well, and I just thought we'd put them together. Yeah, Chevy and Ford doesn't always mix, but same area, same kind of car, and built to compete with each other. That's what we thought. So let's get them together, and then the Granada.
The last of the Piranhas. This Australian body import, and then put a V8 in it. Crazy.
And this car, the guy that bought these cars from us, Rodney and Macro Classics, his father bought this car brand new. His father's around here and he drives the car. He uses the car. We're busy now with it. It's here. It shouldn't actually be. It's still with Alan Poulter. Busy sorting it out. It's running sort of, but we just decided to bring it to fill up the collection, and we'll take it back to him afterwards. But yeah, proper, where would you see all these Piranhas together? In South Africa, for all places. Most of them have left the country, unfortunately.
That's a sad part, and a bit of reality of trading in valuable cars, that the rest of the world has currency. But I know you guys try as much as you can to keep the cars local.
Yeah, we do, and as I said, we found the right home for these cars. We try to not compete with the international markets, but we do have customers and clients that pay top dollar and export prices for these cars, and we just prefer keeping them in the country, even if it means taking a bit of a less asking price for the car, but keep them here. There's not a lot of them left. Same with the Can-Ams as well. They're leaving, and we don't realize that our children,
heritage,
our heritage, it's leaving. All that we need to add here is a Fairmont GT. That would also fit in quite nice with the South African cars.
Crazy time. So VCSA, your new premises, just down Linwood Road?
Yeah, Pretoria East Sheer area. We got a massive showroom there. We open to the
Beautiful, and a great coffee area.
like a coffee shop, and we do lunches and breakfasts and all that stuff. Detailing shop on site, workshop on site, and just open to the public Tuesdays to Saturdays. So anybody's welcome.
And if somebody wants to hold a function, they can get hold of you and have a function in amongst the gorgeousness of your setting.
Absolutely, yeah. We can be reached on Facebook, Instagram, wherever. The guys can just give us a call, and yeah, we work around what everybody needs.
Awesome, Kobe. Thank you so much for your time. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Same to you. Thanks,
Cheers.
Colin.
'26 George Old Motor Car Show. And if I mention the words Gallardo, Mura, Esprit, or Esprit, immediately the brand that comes to mind is Lamborghini. But let us not forget that the true roots of Lamborghini is the tractor. And I thought this is absolutely magnificent. So for those of you who appreciate the turbocharged Lamborghinis, this are they. This is a two-wheel drive Lamborghini that is magnificent. Every little boy loves a Ferrari, and there are a couple of things that make them stand out apart from the color and the badge and the emotion and the wheels. They're individual models of Ferrari that somehow just get ingrained into you, and the Ferrari Testarossa was for me one of them, in that it was a little bit of craziness and a supercar of absolute note, with the wild strakes down the side, the beautiful little mouth, the seats, the steering wheel, the craziness of the driving position. And then probably the thing that got it most was the flat 12 engine in this car. The craziness was the way it had to be mounted up so high because of the transmission. I don't know enough about it to speak with any authority. All I know is that as a little boy, this thing just made my heart beat faster and my life better. And now to see it again in real life, it's magnificence. Let's go back to the 70s. And my brother David had an orange 1750 Alpha. It was unbelievable. One of the things, seeing this car here, admittedly it's red, isn't the orange one, but it took me back to trips from Hatfield to Kyalami along the old Joburg Road. Days before the Benskomon Highway was built, the N1 as we know it nowadays. And sitting in it's exactly as I remember it, sitting with that long gear lever and the revs, and Dave, my butt, driving the living daylights out of the GTV as he and I went to Kyalami to go and watch races. And it's events like this where you can touch these cars with reverence and just run your fingers over the bits of chrome and just feel the badges and just sink in the spirit, the memories, the joy that cars have brought to people through the 100 and whatever years that they've been around. So this thing here brings a tear to my eyes. I remember my butt David in that car as we went to Kyalami and some of the memories that were made. It was a very, very privileged and special time to be alive. In 1962, I was 2 years old. These motorbikes were born in 1962. These are Garellis. These are 50cc racing motorbikes. This one they called the Mosquito. And just imagine, look at the carb with its little trumpet. The expansion, where is it? It's not here. Down the side. This was before the time that they learned much about the expansion and contraction of two-stroke engines. Can you imagine? Just picture the scene. I don't want to get on this bike because it's as old as I am, but it's a mosquito because it revs to 1,000,000 RPM, but hanging on the throttle wide open through the road tracks of the day. Man, oh man, the guts, the absolute huge balls these guys had to go racing at more than 100 k's an hour on a 50cc Garelli Mosquito with a drop handlebars, well-worn grips. It is just imagine, take your brain back, look at the beautiful engineering of the carb. And then, what happened to the two-stroke engine? And who made the two-stroke engine go so fast? He wasn't an Italian, and he wasn't a German, but he was special. The thing about motor cars, and in particular racing cars, is that they each have their time and they have their purpose. And whilst this beautiful, iconic, magical, totally awesome machine was for its time an absolute necessity for racing, it's now completely irrelevant. It is now gone, it is past, it is old, it has reached its sell-by date. And it should shuffle off this automotive coil so that it may move backwards into the history of things that are absolutely awesome, things that are magical, things that are beautiful, and things that our hearts desire. For its place has been taken by a new car, by a new racing machine that this year has made its racing debut in GT3 racing. For this, pista is now irrelevant in racing. If you look closely, we're standing at the George Old Car Show, and it's an Italian themed show. So rightfully so, we should be between Ferraris. But we're not. Because never in the history of the world has a BMW Z4 looked so magnificent. And it is the boys at Lauder Cars in Cape Town who take a BMW Z4 and discard all the hairdressery accoutrements that come with it and supply it with a proper body, proper headlights, a befitting badge, and a beautiful interior. So you too can take your BMW Z4 and make it a proper car, because this is magnificent. This is designed for cruising Camps Bay in Cape Town with the top down, with another piece of beauty next to you. And even if you don't have one, this will bring beauty and pleasure to the left-hand seat when you drive through Cape Town with the top down. in the very early 60s. I was born in 1960, and I shan't say that I remember stories, but I can tell you this. Jaguar Mark II was some of British's motor industry's finest of the finest. However, its real claim to fame was if you're a bank robber. You had one of these as your getaway car, and then you employed a driver to get you away from the scene of the crime. And there are a number of drivers who became famous as racing drivers who used this as a getaway car. The British motor industry at its finest. Beautiful. Horsepowers and style. One has to love it.
Thank you. Okay, talk to me. Elegant. Tough choice. Smooth. It smells expensive. Majestic. Good consistency. That's good. It smells like a pup sock that went to private school. Booker! Wow. Adios, Krumba. Musk. Elon Musk. This is gonna hurt the bank account. Yes! Okay, yes. Let's do it. I'll take a full tank, please. Put some money back in the bank and less in the tank. Sell your car to We Buy Cars.
It's a good year as well, eh? 95.
Hierdie is Roan en hy gaan julle gou vertel van hierdie Porsche van hom.
Is 'n 1964 Porsche 356C. Dit is natuurlik die voorloper van die 911s. Hier agter meeste van die karre is 911s. Hierdie is 1600 4-silinder plat 4, maar dis nie 'n Beetle engine nie.
Die man sê it's nie 'n Beetle engine, it's not a Volkswagen Beetle engine, it's a genuine Porsche engine. It just sounds like a Volkswagen. Okay, thank you very much. Dankie. Right, hier het ons nog 'n Porsche. Ek gaan laat hierdie man ook vir jou vertel wat hy hier ry en wie hy is.
André Lambre, het is 996 turbo, twin turbo, 2001 model, 3.6 cc.
As jy nog gehoor daar wat die man sê, dis 'n 996 turbo, dis 'n 2007 model en soos ons nou weet, die Porsches kom almal daar van Duitsland af en hierdie is meneer Lambrechts, dis sy kar. Baie dankie hoor. Ons sê dankie vir die Porsche klub ook wat baie moeite gedoen het om hulle motors hier by ons skou te kom uitstal. Hallo, en hierdie man sê lekker hallo, hy gaan julle gou vertel wat hy het. Hy sê en daar maak hy die kappie oop. En gaan hy well, he says he's a pommy in a German car and but he's got a bottle of scotch in the back.
Okay, Malcolm Baxter from Hartenbos. Driving a 3-litre twin-turbo, 330 kilowatt GTS Targa. Yeah, that's about it. 0 to 100, 3.7. Good. Thank you.
Did you hear that? 0 to 100 and 3.7 seconds. Thank you very much. Dis die 911 Targa GTS. Hierdie hier wat ons nog is 'n 2014. Dit is Pieter Kraus en is 'n Porsche Cayman S en hy gaan jou vertel hoeveel per die kar het en al daai dinge.
It's a 3.4 litre flat 6 mid-engine.
3.4 liter. Ja. 3.4 liter, 3.4 liter met die engine so 'n mid-engine hier agter. Maar baie mooi kar. Julle moet gerus daar by die Porsche klub gaan kyk hoe mooi is hierdie karre binne. Okay, hier sal ons vir Travis Horn en dit is 'n 2011 911 Carrera S Porsche en tell us about the engine and how quick it is.
It's a 3.8 flat 6, 365 horsepower in the back wheel. Yeah.
365 horsepower. That is fantastic. Thank you very much. Hierdie kar is nog splinternuut, hy het nie eens nommerplate op nie. So, jy sien, hy ry undercover, jy weet, so, die kameras om jy kan sien nie. Ons sê under the radar. Baie mooi kar, jy kan sien met die automatiese sagte kappie wat op en af gaan. And tell us about the engine.
My naam is Pieter Hendrik de Bruin. En dit is verskriklik warm in julle wêreld. Ons is van die baai. Wat die kar spesiaal maak is dit's die launch edition Boxster gewees, 2012 981 model. Hy het 'n 3.4 liter Boxster engine, dit is 'n 6-silinder met 330 perre. Topspoed is 283 en versnelling 0 tot 100 is so 4.8
Sy topspoed is hoeveel? 280 km/h sy topspoed. So dis nogal redelik haastig en ek dink jy met as jy daai spoed ry, moet jy nie na by die traffic cops wees nie, want jy gaan definitief 'n briefie huis kry. Hy sê dis hoekom die nommer verloor het. Baie dankie, hoor. Middag. Hier sit ons nou nog 'n man, meneer Gerard Stols. Is dit reg? Vertel vir ons van jou motor. Baie welkom by die George Show.
Ek is Gert van Mosselbaai en is 'n Turbo S 3.8 twin turbo.
Baie mooi, baie dankie. Dankie dat julle gekom het, hoor. Nou, hierso, ek weet nie wie van julle almal die karre ken nie, maar hierdie is die Morgans. Ja, maar jy kan praat as jy wil.
Nee, as jy okay is, ek wil net nie my goed op jou aflaai nie.
Nee, maar ek kan gou actually Morgans klaar maak.
Okay, dankie.
Okay, what the cars we've got here is the Morgans. This is a British car, and there's not a hell of a lot of them in South Africa. And there's a Morgan Club around, and they brought some nice edition cars. You can see them all here, and you can admire them. And if you want to have a look, go to where they parked, and you can go and enjoy the cars. Baie dankie. Wat is 'n masjien die kar? 4 liter. Hierdie kar het 'n 4 liter Toyota engine in, en jy het 'n keuse gehad wat 'n masjien jy in die kar wil sit. So baie dankie. Hier gaan die man vir ons gou vertel wie hy is en wat is 'n kar het hy hierso.
Goeiemôre, my naam is Hannes van der Merwe. Hierdie is links Roadsters, is 'n kitkar eintlik. Hy lyk soos die Morgan, maar dis nie regtig 'n Morgan nie. 4 liter Lexus V8 sin.
Okay, so dis die links, ek het nou gedink is die Morgans, maar dis 'n linkskar, is 'n Roadster wat lyk soos die Morgan. So het ek ook weer iets geleer. Baie dankie. Hier is pragtig. Kyk net hierdie pennies rooi maak mooi. Sê hulle, né? Maar hy is baie mooi. Die meneer gaan gou vertel wat se masjien het hy in sy motor.
Dis ook 'n Lexus VVTi.
Hy het 'n Lexus motor in, is fitted with a Lexus engine. Very nice, and but it's so you can't hardly hear the engine. Very nice. Gehoor daar is 'n klink soos 'n 8-silinder. Hallo.
Ja, my naam is Louis van Wyk. Ons is van Gauteng af in die linkse en ek het 'n 3 liter V6 Ford masjien in.
Man het al die pad van Gauteng gekom. Hy het 'n 3 liter V6 masjien in die motor. Baie pragtig. Baie dankie. Maar vertel vir ons wat jou naam is en wat se engine en waar kom jy vandaan?
My naam is Dewald, ek kom ook van die Transvaal af, Gauteng, Meyerton, en ek hardloop ook met 'n Ford V6 vir die U-engine.
Al die pad van Gauteng, all the way from Gauteng, and with these cars in a beautiful condition. This is the last one here.
Nicolas van Colton Wet, hier van George, Lexus V8.
Okay, Lexus V8, thank you very much. Hierdie is 'n half kar, half motorbike. Dis 'n speetse kar, een van ons klaplede, een van ons hardwerkende ouens hierso, ons sê vir hom baie dankie. En as dit nie vir hierdie manne is nie, dan is daar nie 'n skou nie. So vertel gou vir ons, wat het jy als hierso?
Dis 'n wel is tuisgebou, ek het hom self gebou by die huis, sommer is dit is nie 'n kitkar soos daai nie. Homebuilt in die garage, back garage mechanic storie, 1400 Nissan drivetrain gearbox diff engine en die res is sommer alles self gemaak.
Sien, dis fantasties. Hy het 'n 1400 Nissan engine met 'n radkas en ewenaar also alles dat's in 1400 parte. Die res al die parte, al die goed het hy self ontwerp en gebou en gemaak en aan mekaar gesit en hy geniet sy kar. Hy ry vir lang afstande met hom. Kom ons gee vir Peter 'n lekker hande klap. Ag, ekskuus tog, Ad Weyers, nie Peter. Ek sê mekaar vir sy naam is Ad Weyers. Ad, dankie hoor.
Baie dankie.
Dug it out. Yes, nice. Stock please. Yes. Come in, guys. Team meeting. So the Wi-Fi password in the locker room has now changed. It's now password. The English team mailed us. They asked us not to grip so tightly when we shake their hands. Then Angelo's mother has sent some rusks. Thank you. Let's just eat that in the off-season, guys. Let's check our weight. JC, you forgot your shampoo at the Commonwealth Games. Let's just remember our shampoo, guys. Remember your 5 rands for the Civi Day, guys. Otherwise, you're going to practice in uniform. So we all want Civi. It's nice. It's nice and loose. Guys, I found out the physio from Fiji is actually called a Figio. Mfunda, you still owe 20 rand for the fart jar? We'll never forget that ripper on the tour bus. That was an ugly one. What did you have? Egg salad. What was that? And then, guys, just from now on, we are walking everywhere we go. Because we sold the tour bus to We Buy Cars. We got an incredible price. Unbeatable. Unbeatable. Unbeatable, yeah. Like you guys.
Score the best price at webuycars.co.za.
Coach, why are you loading my car?
Oh, relax. The money's already in your account. You'll thank me later.
An essential part of any function is the refreshment facilities. So SAB kindly came in and put up this facility for Rotary of George. So people come in here and they buy all their refreshments and things, and what do you guys do with the money?
We give the money to charity. There we go. It goes to charity, and that's the thing with Rotary, uplifting the community and helping and assisting where we can.
So in terms of your overall fundraising through the year, the George Old Car Show, does it add a lot to the funds?
Yes, it does. George Car Show raises a lot of money, and the money that we get from the takings at the bar are excellent. I think today we were printing money.
Awesome. So, and it's very hot. It's still lunchtime. You've got trainee people involved. You're one of the trainees here, sort of learning the whole ropes about what to go.
We've taught her everything she knows. She's our president, but now she knows everything because she knows nothing about drinking.
No, she knows everything because she's a woman.
True. I like that. Yes, that's how we go. She knows everything because she's a woman. Now we know.
Fantastic. And if any of you viewers have got the opportunity, go and support your Rotary because they do good things. They make people happy and they really do make a difference in the lives of many, many people.
That's me, still me.
You have been flat out from early this morning making sure that this magnificent show runs so well. How's it going for you?
There is 35 South Cape Old Club members that's working themselves into the ground, and this is what makes the show possible. I'm like just a dirigent. I just wave my hands and the drummer is there and the guitar player is there, and this club members just make the difference.
It's a magnificent team that everybody just gets together, and this is the biggest event of the year.
It is absolutely, and it's the biggest of the 26 years.
It's almost unthinkable that, I mean, the guys 26 years ago, if they would just know, you got over 1,000 cars here today.
Yeah, effectively, when Paul Fox started in '97, I think it was more a matter that he got tired of drinking on a Saturday alone. So he invited his friends. And it turned out now it's one of these big events in Africa.
Every year there's a new variety and there's some new additions and all that. And last year was the Borgwards, this year the Italian themes. Well, you got a couple of favorite cars around here?
Oh yes. Packard is top of my list. Borgward is top of my list. And of course, Ferrari is on a pavilion of its own.
And there's some beautiful Ferraris there. Mouth-watering.
Don't throw away the Alphas. Don't throw away the Alphas. But
have you seen the 3-litre GDV6 there? White, immaculate.
The guy said he's definitely not going to leave it for the show committee. He's going to take it back. Can you believe it? How can he take it back?
That's just not right.
Yeah.
Oliver, thank you very much and for talking to us. And congratulations on a day of making many, many, many people happy.
Thank you. We appreciate it. And this is absolutely great. You were asking about how many cars, 1,000, the total exhibitors. Everybody, the stalls, the Vlooimark, the food stalls, we're talking about 2,500 stalls in total of exhibitors.
2,500
exhibitors, if we count all the food stalls and the sniffle stalls and the motor-related, 2,500 exhibitors.
Impressive. Well done.
Thank you.
Thanks. Right, off to your next one, the conductor of the show. Cheers.
Thank you. Thank you, my good man.
I don't think the spark and wheel spin here at all. Not yet. No, come on, just a quick one. No, come on, spin, spin, spin. Anton, sometimes we think of Shield as just a South African car care company, but I'm told that you're the international guy. What's happening on an international basis for Shield?
Well, it's a family business. About 11 years ago, the guys decided to explore opportunities internationally. So our first phase was really looking at international business as in Africa, and we now export to markets from Nigeria all the way down to South Africa. Last year we entered the Middle East. We're looking at a joint venture in Saudi Arabia. We're working on a project under a brand name called Detail Radius for America. And we're exploring opportunities for the European market as well.
Exciting times.
It is. We've done very, very well. The business has grown about 1,000% in international terms in the last 10 years. Very, very proud of what we've achieved.
Well done. Keep it up. Keep it clean and have fun.
Thanks very much.
Cheers. Thanks, Colin. It's a red Auto Union, Johan. Auto Union is net for DKW, no?
No, DKW in fact was for Auto Union started in 1932, but they made cars called DKW.
Oh, this was the amalgamation of all the smaller manufacturers.
DKW, Audi, Horch and Wanderer. Then after the war, only DKWs were made up to 1958. And then they started manufacturing the same cars, but under the Auto Union name.
So ultimately, if the Auto Union got the 4 rings, this is a predecessor of an Audi?
Not really the predecessor, because Audi was one of the original 4 circles on the 4-circle emblem.
So I've got all my facts wrong so far.
The 4-circle emblem started in 1932, and Audi represented one of those 4 circles. Then when Volkswagen bought out Auto Union in the middle or early 1970s, late 1960s, they also bought out the right to use the emblem, and they decided to revive the Audi range. And then they used the 4-circle emblem for Audi.
Lovely. Thank you for educating me. But let's quickly talk about 3 cylinders of 2 strokes finest.
There's the owner if you want to speak to this particular car. My car is the green one there.
But just...
okay. It's a 3-cylinder, 2-stroke, front-wheel drive, a 4-speed. This is a 1956 model, but quite engine-wise, quite modified and converted to 12 volt. Originally it was 6 volt.
Amazing how far cars have come, but we've got to pay homage to the history of them.
Yes, this car is quite fast. The owner stays in Cape Town and he came up with it. So it must be quite reliable as well. The cars that you see here of the Auto Union DKW range start in 1939 is the earliest one up to 1963, the blue one there. And that is basically the last model that was made in South Africa.
So these were DKWs were made in South Africa?
Yes, they were.
And Auto Union?
They were put together in East London.
Lovely stuff. Thanks very much for chatting to us. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Pleasure.
Cheers.
Thanks for the help.
Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, yeah.
There's something for everyone at the George Old Car Show. 2,200 odd exhibitors, and if we walk down here, this is like a bric-a-brac store, things with everything, books of interesting, Murray Walker's book, the AA car book, through to some old equipment machinery. How's this absolutely fantastic hand drill with a flywheel in it so that you can get the nice drilling action? Beautiful old tools, stuff that fathers of ours had, stuff that is very lacquer. Various sizes, always got to have a hammer, and then for the subtle engineering part, everything for sale. And you've got to look in an old box of spanners, all imperial stuff and whatever. And surprisingly, not often you find an imperial shifting spanner. Most of them nowadays come in metric sizes, but the imperial shifting spanner is still one of the finest bits of equipment that we need in life. And then we can go inside here and there's all sorts of signs and things and bits of chopper bike. So the thing with a chopper bike apparently was to get the weight distribution right, because if you got a little bit too far on the back, the front wheel got a bit of a wobble and you crashed and got blood on the outside of the body. Signs, proper enamel signs, and mostly petrol pumps and badges. There's got to be, so AA, of course we know AA, and then the South African version of it was the Rondalia Club, all different versions of it. And then if you went to the shuffle of the steering wheel dance, the Institute of Advanced Motorists taught you the 10 to 6 shuffle and how to go. Picnic baskets. For those of you when buses used to bus, you gave your money to the conductor and they put all the changes in here and gave you one of those tickets and things and proper fuel cans and
Who remembers driving speakers?
driving. We're getting there. We get to, excuse me, so we're coming around here, but we're going underwater first, because without divers and proper diving helmets, it's kind of scary. And then lead shoes, so that because the human body will float eventually. Lead shoes, diving helmet, badges and stuff, and it's unbelievable, this stuff. Then Coca-Cola brought out their finest yo-yos, in the beginning just the normal ones, and then the upgraded version, sort of, you know, like the AMG version for Mercedes-Benz. This is the AMG version of yo-yos. On the side they could spin faster and all of that stuff, and just absolute badges on the front. And somebody was saying driving speakers, drive-in speakers. When you went to the drive-in and you put this on your window, and there was a sign there that said, remember not to drive off with it, because when you're in a hurry to take your friendette who you had in the car with you, take her home because curfew was looming. And this was up in the window. Many times they were driven off and ended up being FUBAR. Petrol pumps, when one could pump your own petrol. And then back in the day, filled up one, then filled up another. Proper old petrol pumps, badges of stuff, Pepsi Cola. But wait, there's more. There's another alley that we're going here, down here. There's stuff for days here. Because this is an Italian themed show, we've got an Alpha 33, and here's a quiz. What car does this come from? I have no idea. I'm assuming it's a Beetle. And then you could buy, this is like very plastic, but when you had a 520, you could put 525 on it. There must be M badges in here, because I'm told that at one time the M badge was the most sold piece of thing out of a BMW spares. Badges and stuff. Spanners. That's it, the George Show. Something for everyone. If you haven't got a part for your car, come and find it. It's got to be here. Dennis, this is the Garden Route Triumph Club. Magnificent part of British motoring history.
Thank you. Absolutely correct. The Triumph Sports Car Club is a national organization with branches in the Garden Route and all the major centers. So we are the Garden Route Center. And this year we are celebrating the centenary of the Triumph car.
Wow, have you got one from, what's it, 1923?
No, 23. No, we don't. No, they were never available in this country. Our oldest cars date back to probably the 1940s. Yeah. Like that Roadster over there is a 1947.
Let's go and have a look at this Roadster, a Triumph. I mean, most of us, the Stag, chap.
Yes, yes, I have a Stag, it's here.
SU carburetors. If you didn't know anything about SU carburetors in a Triumph, you were a little bit...
Absolutely.
Okay, so this is a what?
This is a 1947 Triumph Roadster. Now, the other Triumphs are TR3s, 4s, 5s, 6. The TR stands for Triumph Roadster, but this was the original Triumph Roadster.
Wow.
And it was built post-war. It's an aluminium body, and it's the last production car in the world with dicky seats in the back.
And not only that, the boot cover, how thoughtful of them. So with the top down, and
Yes,
as one
yes,
is thundering through
got a windscreen.
down the road, you've got a windscreen for the midgets in the back.
Yeah.
What motor has it got?
This one has got an 1800cc standard motor. Triumph
Made by the Standard Motor Company.
Yeah, Triumph actually, after the war, became Standard Triumph. And the first cars were built with standard engines. In 1949, they moved to the engine which powered the Vanguard. It's a 4-litre, 2-litre motor, same as you'll find in the TR3s, the TR4s, and so on. But this is one of the earlier ones, and it's very original, except for having been modified to take a floor shift gearbox. Originally,
Awesome.
It would have had a column shift.
Column shift. Let's walk down the back here, and so this is the British sports car, the TR.
Yeah. After the Roadster, Standard Triumph decided, under the chairmanship of a guy called John Black, whose birthday we celebrated yesterday in Knysna. A whole bunch of us came together, and internationally on the 10th of February, we celebrate John Black's birthday. His idea was to create a Roadster after he was snubbed by Morgan. He tried to buy Morgan, and Morgan was not interested, so he said, okay, we'll make our own Roadster. And the first one was a TR2, and then came the 3, and subsequently slightly modified grille. We call them the 3As, although they're also TR3. So they all have that 2-litre 4-cylinder motor.
Brilliant. And then this one in the back here?
Now, this is a Vitesse. The Herald was a very popular car in the UK in the late 50s and 60s. And eventually, they created a 6-cylinder version, and this is a Vitesse convertible, very scarce in South Africa, and it has a 1600 6-cylinder motor.
Does it rev?
Yeah. Oh, it revs, yeah, for sure.
Let's just check out what the red line sitting on this thing is. a whole 5,000 RPM limit.
These are not high revving like Porsches and Ferraris and so on. But it's a very nice car. And this one lives in Riversdale.
Lovely stuff. Okay, so the yellow one is, you said that's a TR2.
These are both, no, we don't have a TR2.
Oh, it's a 3.
This is a 3A. And if you're interested, I will show you a TR3. If we come around over here. This is the TR3. These 3s and 3As were actually produced in South Africa from about 1956 up until 1961 by motor assemblies in Durban. So that's why you'll see quite a lot of 3s and 3As around. Subsequently, the Spitfire was produced.
That's this one here. This is sort of MGB type-ish period.
Yes, it is. And it was also a cheaper alternative sports car to, there's a 4A and a 6. They were the later models of the TR, and the Spitfire was an interim model at a more affordable price. So this
had an A-series engine in it.
It actually has a Triumph engine, not an A-series engine. And there's another one over there. That's a later model. That's what they call the Mark IV, which was restyled at the back, as you can see, like the Stag.
So let's just go over here. This sort of, this kind of style, those are the design language of the time.
Giovanni Michelotti, an Italian designer, designed all Triumph's cars after the TR3. That would have been about 1961. Up until the end of Triumph, he designed the saloons. If you know the Triumph 2000 saloon and the chicane, you'll see they all have similar back treatments. It's Michelotti's update. But Michelotti designed the 4A, the Spitfires, the Stag. The TR6 is a different animal. The central part of the TR6 looks exactly like that TR4A there, but the front and back treatment is different.
Bit of a sort of Frankenstein.
Well, no, what happened was Michelotti was too busy when they wanted to up the next model. It became a TR5. TR5's very, very sought after. They only made them for 1 year. It wasn't considered a commercial success, but now it's the most sought after model. And he couldn't help Triumph to upgrade. So it went to the House of Karmann in Germany. And they made a wonderful job of it. And that's why you'll see it's much more squared off. But actually the central part of the car is exactly the same. So it was a facelift. But a wonderful car. Six-cylinder, fuel injection. And
which is your favorite?
You know, I don't have it here. I have a TR6 at home. I love it. The Stag is mine and the red and white TR3. I love them all.
And on show today, if you could choose the car to go home in, which would it be?
It would be that red and white TR3A that you see there.
Okay, come on, tell me what's so special about it. It's red, it's white, it's freaking dynamite. But why? This is your chosen go-homer.
Let me tell you why. I have owned this car for 52 years. I have rebuilt it twice. And the second time I rebuilt it, I painted in a non-standard color, because the first one I ever saw when I was 19 years old was a two-tone red and white. And I said, one day I'm going to have a car like that. Now, why do I love this car? It's a 1958. It has 10-inch disc brakes.
Wow.
It has a 7-speed gearbox because it's got overdrive. And it puts out about 110 brake horsepower. So I can still drive in modern traffic, unlike many old cars which hold the traffic up and so on. So, and you can see from those little badges on there, I've been all over the country in this car. I've been up to Gauteng with it. I've been to the Drakensberg with it. When I lived in Joburg for a while, I came down to the Cape several times in it. And I get in this car with absolute confidence and go anywhere. But, you know, it's like you ask somebody, which is the preference? Blondes, brunettes, and redheads. And the answer has to be, well, I love them all, you know.
There are a couple of other answers to that, but my director in my ears has told me,
sure.
don't go down that road, so I won't. Dennis, I've got to say thank you very much.
Colin, it was my pleasure.
Enjoy the
Nice
triumph.
meeting you. Thank you.
Thanks for your time.
And later on, we'll do a ride round about 5 o'clock.
Yes.
So that's okay.
Look forward to that.
Okay.
Cheers.
Thank you for your time. Bye-bye.
So at the moment, I'm in the market for 4x4. And today, I'm gonna test drive some bakkies.
Middag.
Shh, bakkies. As you can see, nice standard bakkie over here. And yeah, the standard bakkies. 2.8. This one, 2. Eerlikheid, how long are you?
2.2.
It has airbags. It has an airbag.
Move.
Smells like a bakkie. Smells like an old bakkies. Nice leather seats, nice leather feet. But does it have lekker sound? Power! Only knows one song. Right, both lekker bakkies, but now for the real tests. First up, off-road. Flatty bakkie. Yeah, it's okay. I prefer the newer models. First gear's a bit sticky.
Your moerman is a 79 model.
Speed.
I'm built for power, buddy. I'm not built for speed.
Power. Yeah, doesn't get smoother than this. Not bad. Pulling a fenter. And op 'n side note, safety. Hey, cameraman.
Yeah?
Your mother vries lekker.
What? What did you say to me? What did you say to me?
I said your mother vries lekker.
Eerlikheid, I will...
Hey.
Good day of testing. Thank you, bakkies. Thank you, bakkie. But I think it's obvious which one I'm taking. Happy with my choice? One of the best bakkies out there. Thanks, we buy cars.
Bloop. Can I watch your bakkies?
No, I don't think it's necessary. Thanks. And I just want to say to all the people out there, nothing wrong with a lekker second-hand model, okay?
Hey, I can be second-hand, but I'm not... Hey, why do I have subtitles?
Praat maar Afrikaans, bakkies.
Nou hierdie jongman wat nou hier is nie. Hy het voertuie wat my verstom. Ek sien hom elke jaar op die skou. Daar's van sy voertuie wat verbasend is. Ek weet nie of hulle is hiervan hulle hier agter. Dis ongelooflik wat sy voertuie hierdie jongman alles het. Hy het nie verniet 'n rolbalhoed op nie. Hy is 'n jong man nog, sommer nog 'n baie jong man. Maar hy is die eienaar van baie mooi voertuie. Nou daai gele is joune nie. Die maroon ene ook nie. Ja. Nou hoe groot is die garage? 3 slaapkamerhuis. Dankie. Baie dankie hoor, dankie. Baie dankie hoor, dankie. Ja, kyk net daai maroon ene. Oh. Ja, stadiger genoeg, stadig is genoeg vir ons. Eendag. Nou hier is 'n regte poliskar, 'n ou studiebokker. Dis die meer moderne studiebuiker hierdie. 2 deur, daai ene dink ek was 4 deur. 2 deur, ook 2 deur. Maar as ek nou reg is, ek sê hierdie ene wat nou hier agter is 'n poliskar. Dis die regte poliskar hierdie. Speurders het met hom gery. Dankie hoor.
Hi, it's Chris the Mustard. It's one of Quibus's vehicles. It's a 1958 Cadillac.
And what would you say is the most appealing aspect of this car?
Well, I think the first thing that comes to light is the size.
So you say it has enough boot space?
It is, it is.
Thank you. Hi. Can you tell us your name and a little bit more about your car?
My name is Nick Giorgio. This is a 1959 Chrysler Imperial.
And when did you get this car?
Last year, August.
Is it? And find it in good condition?
I had to put it back together.
And how long did that take?
About a year.
Oh my goodness. And how far did you travel?
I'm from Port Elizabeth.
Awesome. Thank you. I say, hello, sir. Tell us your name and a little bit more about your car.
Hi, I'm Jan Enslin. This is a 1959 Ford Thunderbird.
When did you get her?
Beginning of last year.
And how's your journey been with her? Well, how does she drive?
Fantastic, but pricey on the petrol.
So how much does she give?
19 liters to the two.
So how often do you drive with her?
Very little. Yes.
And where do you come from?
Knabecha.
And how was the road all the way here?
It was fantastic. Very open and quiet.
Thank you. Just your name and your car.
I'm Richard, and this is Mr. Kobus Mostard's car.
And what price?
Continental Mark II.
And how does she drive?
Lovely.
Hi, hello, sir. Your name and a little bit about your car.
Okay, I'm Quibus Mustard. This is a 1970 Oldsmobile 442, which is probably the only one in South Africa. Yeah. It got its name from 4 on the floor, 4 barrel and dual exhaust. So that's what the 442 stands for. Yes, it's just a very rare vehicle.
And how often do you drive with her?
As often as I can. I've just got too many vehicles.
But is she your favorite?
No, not really.
What's your favorite?
The 1970 Cadillac convertible. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Hier is hy. Dankie, baie dankie. Moenie wegry nie. Nee. Hy is so grand, hy hoor my nie eers nie. Nou hier is die karretjies wat ek nou van praat. Ek groot geword het, was net so 19 jaar oud. Ja, hierdie kar kan hom lekker vir hy op die agterste seat. Hy het nou so skynsrytjie. Hy word ook nooit vuil daai ryk nie. Good afternoon, sir. And I immediately know when it's in Anglia, it is a British car. Tell us about the car, sir, please.
Yeah, it's a 67 Deluxe 997. It was originally, I restored it to 997, but I had a spare 1500 motor, so it's currently running a 1500 motor, a modified cam, side drafts, 3.9 disc brake conversion, and it rides very nicely. Yeah, it's full restoration from the ground up. Yeah.
And you are from?
Stillbay.
From Stillbay.
Yeah.
Is it the first time that you've come?
No, been many years.
So we're looking forward to seeing you tomorrow and the next year.
Yep, for sure.
Willing, eh?
Yeah, thanks for a good show.
Thank you very much, sir. Dankie baie, dankie hoor. Hier is nou weer een van daai goed. As jy hom by 'n petrolpomp stop en hy staan daar so, dan sê die joggie vir jou, die petroljoggie sê vir jou, maar as switch hierdie ding 'n bietjie af en dan kry hom nie vol nie. Want hy staan mos nou so in goer, dan sê hy petrol.
Hi there. I'm Russell from Cape Town. 74 container Big Six. Yeah. Second owner. Originally from Worcester. So yeah.
And you drove it up all the way?
All the way from Cape Town, yes. Yeah.
Shukran, my brother. Shukran. Nou hier is die arme man se E-type jack. En hierdie een het ook 'n sonroof. Ja, hy het 'n sonroof, nee. Waar vandaan en hoe? Dat so laat ek nou met groot respek sê. Dis mos nou 'n jong man se kar hierdie. Jy kan seker niks ouer wees as so 24 nie.
Nee, ek is Pieter van die Kaap. Ek het hom so 44 jaar. Hy was so een keer oorgedoen, heeltemal. Ek het hom nou so 15 jaar terug heeltemal oorgedoen.
Afwan, shukran my broer. Dankie hoor. Ja. Hallo, surfer.
Ja. Ek surf by Oudtshoorn. Oudtshoorn Pipe. Oudtshoorn Pipe, ja.
Okay, hy surf by Oudtshoorn. Daar's nou sulke leifore daar in Oudtshoorn. Waar die water aflei in die tuine en goed in. Hy ry branderplank daar.
I surf the sand dunes on the weekend.
Okay. It's yours, eh? Yeah. And restored not you're too young to have to restore this.
I did restore it, yes. Yes.
Thank you, brother. See you, eh? Bye. Nou, ek het daar in Griekeland Oos groot geword. En om Koos-de-Tooi het so studiebeker gehad. Kyk, ons het hom nou groot respek gehad vir daai oom, want hy het die hele koshuis agterop gelei en vat hy ons terug plaas toe. Hierdie is ook een van die ou manne van die motorklub, 'n staatmaker, 'n man wat in die beginjare daar gekom het en nog al die tyd aan die gang is. Goeiemiddag.
Middag. Hierdie is die eerste bakkie in Amerika waar hulle doeteenvoudig 'n kar se voorkant gevat het. Dit was die 1960 laak en hulle het hom vasgebou op die vorige jaar se model se bakkie. So die agterkant is oudtyds en die voorkant is nuut en die kar se bynaam is Saartjie Dikboude.
Baie dankie. As mense luister na die storie, dan kan jy sweer die kar was amper in Oos-London. Maar hulle maar mekaar, daar sou hulle dit nooit reg gekry het nie. Baie dankie hoor. Dankie. Mooi dag, cheers hoor. Dankie. Nou ja, hier is nou 'n besonderse man. Help my nou asseblief, Kobus. Waar parkeer jy al hierdie voertuie?
Ja, hulle het 'n spesiale motorhuis waar hulle opgepas word.
So jy het 'n spesifieke motorhuis vir al jou voertuie. Hoeveel het jy?
40.
40. En hy's nog nie eens 38 jaar oud nie.
28.
Gaan sê 28. Kom ons dankie hoor. Baie dankie. Jy's nog môre hierso nee. Jy mag nie nou al gaan nie hoor. Dankie Kobus. Good afternoon, sir.
Kans ons kan kom. Goeiemôre.
Vertel my van die voet.
Nee, ons wil kyk of jy nie kan vashak hierson nie.
Die wat nie?
Kyk of jy kan vashak. Wat is dit?
Kan ek uitvind wat is hierdie? Dit klink vir my soos 'n moderne DKW want hy tik 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 tik. O. 'n Diesel engine. O, okay, GMC Ranger 69. Nou as jy langsom staan en jy luister na, maar klink as 'n moderne DKW. Tik 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 tik. Nee, nee.
Nee, maar is reg. Ek het mos
Nee, ons spot sommer maar ons is nou nie ernstig nie, maar hoorie sou het jy hom gerestoreer?
die kleur is nou net bietjie meer metallic gemaak as wat dit was. Verder is dit standaard. 2.5 motor, alles standaard.
Pyk, hy lyk skitterend. Hy lyk skitterend. So waar, die springbokkies is nog op die seats, alles nee, dis nog alles oorspronklik so op die kantpanele ook nee. Skitterend. Ja. Hoe lank het jy hom?
10 jaar.
10 volle jare. O. Moet net nie laat Gwenny montage van hom hoor nie hoor. Cheers. Yes sir.
Ek probeer om die Britse karre te oortuig om te bly.
Goeiemiddag.
Middag. My naam is Pieter Etoy, is 'n 2013 6 liter Lumina. Ek het 'n supercharger en nitrous op hom. Maak so 545 kW. Dit gee vir my so 761 horsepower op die wiele.
En brandstof?
Ek hardloop so 8 kilos op 'n liter.
Liewe vader. Nou het jy 'n autoteller hier so vir geld vir petrol?
Nee, maar dis daarom nie nodig nie. Ons ry die Sandetoer eenmal 'n jaar vir so 7 dae. Dan hardloop ek seker so R7,000 se brandstof op in die week.
Liewe vader. Kyk, as jy my nou so verskoon dat ek dit nou so uitdruk met groot respek. Hierdie is nou 'n petrolhead.
Dis reg ja. Dankie.
R7,000 se brandstof op 'n toer. Liewe vader, dankie my broer. Dankie. Dis vir jou wat saak maak vir sulke goeders. Ek wou nou amper sê so swart kar het mos aan oom Blackie Swarts behoort, maar dit lyk nie so nie.
Maar ek sê, ek is nie maar nuts. Ek is van Bloemfontein af. Ons is 'n paar Luminas wat altyd saam ry. En ons het so 'n lekker span by mekaar en ons geniet mekaar.
Baie dankie. Hoe is die skou hierdie jaar vir jou?
Absoluut fantasties. Ons kom vir die laaste 4-5 jaar al.
So ons gaan jou volgende jaar sien as die Here wil.
Absoluut.
Baie dankie hoor. Dankie. O, en daar sit jou baas. Nee, ek dink is 'n co-driver. Nou sien ek eers as jou baas. OK, nee, dankie hoor. Dankie. Nou ja, wat sê mens meer? Jy kan die krag sonder hoor. Dis nog 'n Bloemfontein man hierdie.
Martin Duisel van Bloemfontein, al die pad gekom 2012 SSV. Dit is van die laaste 2012 modelle wat hulle ingebring het en doodstandaard nog, net uitlaatpyp per verander aan hom. Verder is hy doodstandaard.
Is vir my altyd interessant. Sulke senior manne met sulke sterk karre het altyd die baas by in die kar wat hom net so nou en dan met die elleboogpompe met so 'n knyp gee.
Ja, verseker, maar hulle moet ons bietjie in toom hou, jy weet, hoe ouer 'n mens word, ons voel jonger.
Stadig hou man, stadig. Daar's 'n Vitucci, 'n handsak wat ek wil koop. Ek gaan hom nie aan die Spietkofs betaal nie. Dankie hoor, baie dankie. Nee, hierdie een kom nie van Bloemfontein af nie. Nee, glad nie.
Kom daai die groot voelparadys. Dis 'n 2007 model. Alles maar min of meer stokstandaard. Groter brieke en net so 'n klein bietjie mooier gemaak.
Sien julle nou, hier is nou weer 'n pragtige voorbeeld van jong mense wat deel is van hierdie hele besigheid. Dis die ouens van die toekoms hierdie. Dis die steunpilare hierdie wat die toekoms gaan seker maak. Dankie jong man.
Dit is 'n groot plesier.
Hy het nog niemand by hom nie. Daar's nie 'n co-driver nie, daar's nie 'n baas nie, niks nie. Hy stoksiel alleen, so hy kan reis as hy wil.
Sy sit gelukkig gehou onder in die koelte.
Dankie hoor. Totsiens. Goeiemiddag.
Nou ja, hierdie is 'n 1971 Chef C10. Redelik ernstig gemodifiseer, elektroniese instrumente, ligversorging, heater, kragstuur, skuifremme met 'n 4-spoed radkas wat elektronies, nee, meganies beheer word. Die belangrikheid van die 4-spoed radkas is dat 4-draad is 'n overdrive. So dis lekker as mens na 120 ry, dan doen die engine net 2000 rpm. So dis goed vir ekonomie en dit gee vir jou so 'n lekker gevoel as die engine net so doek.
En as hy oor 120 gaan, het jy speed control sien ek aan die ander kant.
Sy ry vinniger as ek.
Baie dankie. Is dit die eerste maal of is jy was jy al voorheen? Is dit? So jy moet volgende jaar kom en jy is nog môre hierso nie. Baie dankie, dankie. Ek sal nie 'n woord teenoor die dominee sê nie. Ek het nou die dag gestel afgetrap met die dominee toe hy my vra of ons daar op Mosselbaai kragonderbrekings het. Toe sê ek nee, ons het nie. Toe vra hy hoekom. Toe sê ek is 'n vrymesselaar. Dankie hoor. Nou soos hulle sê, hierdie is die arme man se E-type Jag. Good afternoon. Goeiemiddag. Nee, hier staan John Deere op sy hemp, so hy's nie Engels nie.
Ja nee, ek is nie. Ja, dis maar 'n 73 Capri wat V6 wat ek maar so regmaak. Wat ek probeer 'n Piranha maak as ek klaar is met hom, ja. Ja, dit is.
Nou wat is die verskil tussen 'n Capri en 'n Piranha?
Man, die Piranha is eintlik maar die hoofman. Hy is heel bo op die lys. Hy sal weer Basil Green, hy het maar 'n gebou. So ons probeer hom maar sy nageslag bietjie help. Ja.
Baie dankie. Nee, ek het my misgis. Die speed control sit op die agterste seat hierso.
Ja.
Dis verseker.
Kan ek hom 'n bietjie floor help?
Ja. Ja, laat gaan. Laat gaan. Ek sal wyd staan. Skiet hom. Hoe sê daai advertensie van die Dakar? I like this time of the year. No, it's not necessary. Not necessary.
This is the 1947 Triumph Roadster, 1800. Aluminium body, except for the two front wheels, which is steel. That's about it.
So it should be very light.
And yeah, and it's got a dicky seat at the back for skoonma.
With windows in too, eh?
There's a lot. Good.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. That's a 1400 Nissan bakkie with a modified body. It's actually a 58 Austin Healey Frog Eye Mark I. And it's got a Nissan 1400 engine and a 5-speed gearbox.
This one?
Yeah.
1400 bakkie?
Ja, 1400 Nissan bakkie engine.
Wie sou dit nou glo dat hier's 'n 1400 Nissan engine hier en 'n bakkie se engine hier in die variant kar? Jo, thank you very much, Heinz. Thanks. Good afternoon, sir.
Hi, this is a 1957 Triumph TR3, and had it for 3 years and still busy trying to get it right.
So the restoration you are doing yourself?
Ongoing. Yes, it's an ongoing job.
Thank you. Did you drive it up here?
Yes, yeah. Well, from Neisler.
Thank you very much, sir. You're back next year and tomorrow, eh?
Next year. Not tomorrow.
Not tomorrow, Jack, next year. See you. Thank you. Good afternoon, John. Can you talk to me about your car, sir, please?
Okay, this is a TR3A, a 1958 model. Has the wider grille and door handles. Otherwise, same motor, same body, same everything as that. I've had the car for 23 years. I'm the third owner, so it's very original, and I'm keeping it original.
Do you still drive it daily?
Absolutely. Not quite daily, but most weekends. And every 2 years we have a national gathering somewhere, and then we go there. And I've done it trips from Joburg to Hermanus to Plet to Durban, so I've been all over the country with it.
So reliability is the thing, eh?
Well, the MG guys will tell you it's built like a tractor because the block is the same as the Volkswagen. But yes, it's very reliable, lots of torque, and a joy to drive.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Nou praat hy met my Afrikaans, net of hy Engels praat.
Ek wou net sê, dis nie al die mense wat Engelse karre ry wat net Engels kan praat nie. My kar is 'n 1958 Triumph 3A, soos die een wat voor my was. Maar ek wil net sê, terwyl ek die mikrofoon het, vanjaar vier ons die 100ste jaar verdenking van die eerste Triumph motor. En in Maart maand gaan ons 'n eeufees hou by die ATKV in Hartenbos. En die publiek is welkom om by te woon van die 18de tot die 21ste Maart. So baie dankie.
Dankie, baie dankie oor veilig ry. Goedemiddag, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. This Triumph Stag, 1974, and it's fitted with a Rover 3.5 V8 engine.
Original, nothing restored.
The engine is from a Rover, it's not a Triumph engine. So the rest is, yeah, original.
And you are from?
Neisner.
From Neisner, drove it all the way up here?
Yeah, no problem.
And taking it back tomorrow?
Going back this evening.
Oh, what's wrong? Why don't you want to stay this evening?
We'll be back next year.
Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate it. Good afternoon to you, sir.
Hi, this is a 1974 Mark IV Spitfire, and it's much too small for me, I can tell you that. And I don't know, it's a fun car. Went over the Swartberg Pass the other day. Yeah. No problems, but it took me 2 days to clean it.
Okay. So you're coming back next year?
Yes.
Thank you. God willing, we're looking forward to seeing you, sir. Good afternoon to you, sir.
Good afternoon. It's a Lotus 7 replica. It's got a Datsun's 1200 GX motor in it.
And you are from?
Plet.
And you drove it, huh?
Yes. Taking it back tomorrow. Yes.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you for showing it to us. Hierdie was mos nou 'n motor by uitstek gewees. Jy het nie maklik sulke goed gekry hierso by ons nie. Good afternoon to you, sir. This is original. I can see it right from the beginning.
This is an original 1990 Rover Cooper RSP. Rover special product.
Wow, this looks magnificent on the inside, eh? Yeah, this is real British car.
Well, I guess it is, yes.
Thank you very much. You are from Neisner,
Plettenberg Bay.
and you're going home tonight or tomorrow?
Going home tonight.
Thank you very much, sir. You've got to be back next year, eh? Thank you, sir. God willing. Safe driving. Hier's Afrikaans oom. Oeg, ek is so bly. My Engels is nou al op. Ek is verby die yes en die no.
Ja, luister, hierdie is 'n 1971 Morgan plus 8. Die 8 meen het 'n Rover V8 engine in. So hy is tamelik oud en hy loop nog baie goed.
En hy het geen restaurasie nie.
Hy is heeltemal gerestoreer so 12 jaar gelede.
En jy het dit self gedoen?
Saam met 'n vriend, ja. Baie hout in die kar hoor. Ja, nee, maar hy is oorspronklik soos hy die fabriek uit gekom het in 1971.
Skitterend. Baie dankie hoor. Jy, dankie. Nog 'n Afrikaans oom. Ag, ek is so bly.
Eintlik nie. Dis Morgan wat ek niet gekoop het, 1981 uit die fabriek uit. Ek besit hom nog steeds, soos julle weet, met 1600 Kent engine.
Nou, 'n Kent engine, wat beteken dit?
Cortina Kent. Ja, en is 'n 4-seater 4+4.
Okay, so dis nie 'n 4x4 nie, dis net 4+4.
Daar is hy.
Baie dankie hoor. Dankie. Good afternoon, sir.
It's a 1979 911 SC. I've owned it for 30 years.
30 years, and
the
speed control is reasonably new.
No, she's quite happy with the speed.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, safe driving. This is a Cooper. Please tell me more, sir.
It's a Cooper S. 67, original 67 Mark 1, maar ek het hom bietjie gebaster. But it's still all the proper Cooper S stuff. But I've got 5 originals at home.
So you've got a whole fleet of them? Really? And they're all original?
I've got 2 Mark 2s, 2 Mark 1s and a Mark 3. And this one.
And this one. Thank you very much, sir. This is immaculate. Thank you very much.
It's 1959, also nearly 3,000 Mark 1. 1959, 3,000 Mark 1. I've had it for 38 years now. Probably know it better than my wife. Yeah.
1959, 3,000 Mark 1 Austin Healey. And it's imported, or did you?
No, it's Blackheath, made in Blackheath, Cape Town.
Okay, so it's assembled in Blackheath. Okay. And you drive it from Cape Town to here?
No, I stay in Sedgefield.
Oh, you stay in Sedgefield. Okay. Thank you very much, sir. Thanks. Nou, hier is die Weskus. Hier is die Weskus. Och, hierdie mense is iets anders. Ek het daar by hulle op die Weskus moes ek gaan opleiding doen. En toe ek nou daar kom, toe sit ek nou my opleidingsmateriaal daar op en toe sê een van die manne wat daar kom opleiding doen, hy kyk so, hy staan en stap in die kamer in en hy kyk die bord so en hy sien daar's Engels, maar ek ken die Weskus glad nie. Hy sien daar's Engels en hy kyk die bord so en hy sê vir my: "Meneer, gaan ons of 'n dag Afrikaans praat of Engels praat nie?" Hy sê ek, "Nou dink jy op jou voete," en sê ek Afrikaans. Hy sê: "Prys die Here." En toe gaan kry hy vir hom 'n stoel en hy gaan sit.
Middag, ek is Ronnie Grace, en dit is Dani Marnewijk langs my. Ons is van Langebaan, al die pad van Langebaan. Hierdie is 'n 1957 MGA Coupe. Anderswoorde 'n harde dak coupe, nie 'n convertible nie. Dis 'n harde dak coupe hierdie. Baie skaars, daar's baie min in die land.
Baie dankie julle ouens. Wanneer gaan julle nou terug? Is dit? So jy bly in Hartenbos, Dani? Is dit? Okay, nee maar lekker bly man. Braai vanaand 'n ding hoor. Ja sê. Ons het nou nie snoek wat ons vir jou kan offer nie. Signor, cheers. Goeiemiddag.
That's me.
Dave Goff.
Tell me about the car, sir. It's an MG ZR160, 2003 model, built in the UK. I've had it for about a year now.
Did you buy it in South Africa?
Came down from Pretoria, yeah.
And you've had it since 2000?
Since the middle of last year.
Well, the middle of last year. Okay. And are you enjoying it?
Absolutely, yeah. Great. And this thing is totally original, never been touched.
Oorspronklik is hy van sy ma afgekom met original as it was born. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Ken my nie aan hierdie ouetjie nie.
Nee, hierdie oom is nie 'n oom wat sulke karretjies ry nie. Hy ry 'n stodiewolker. Hy het 'n mooi so 'n mooi polies kleed. So, dis 'n netjiese ding daai.
Ek wil net vir julle wys, ek was die man met die geel bakkie. Ek wil net vir julle wys hoe maklik pas 'n groot man in 'n Mini. My eerste kar het ek gekoop in 1970, toe ek 'n splinte nuwe Mini soos hierdie gekoop. Toe het hy R1310 gekos, ja. En ek het op uit nagebly en ons het Kaapstad toe en teruggery vir R10. Toe het petrol 30 sent 'n gelling gekos. En ek het maar net my jeug herleef deur hierdie kar weer heeltemal te herbou. En ek het baie skoolgeld vir hom betaal.
Baie dankie en baie dankie dat jy hom vir ons kom wys. Dankie dat jy dit deel met ons hoor. Dankie.
Rev it, Lippy, I need more power! Revving it! Yes, baby!
Dankie dat jy hier was.
Dyson, you muted. Spell failure.
Eskong. Hier dit. Headphones.
Baby! Oh.
Don't get a car for the life you want, South Africa. Get one for the life you've been given. We buy cars.
You see, I grew up on an Afrikaans farm. I have absolutely no knowledge about Tell me about the cars, where they come from, what model they are, where were they manufactured, and who the owners are of the state.
Okay, these are the Morris Miners. They are mostly 948 cc's. Most of us have come down from Cape Town this weekend. We travel at about 50 to 60 miles an hour. We don't try and push the little cars because these cars, most of them go all over the country. We've been to Joburg. We've just come back from Graaff-Reinet. And next year we're going all the way to Durban in these little cars. So they do travel very easily. They are British made. And they are lovely little cars. If they break down, we can fix them on the side of the road. So that's why they are so popular. We have a huge club in Cape Town. And it's just a joy to drive these little motor cars.
They are the three mini minor, the minis.
Yeah.
And in other words, the elderly brother of the minis.
Minor was made from these cars as well as the MG. MG stands for Morris Garage, so that's where the MG comes from as well.
First one is...
You want his name?
No, just what type of car is it?
Oudtshoorn, so he had a long journey to get down here. The rest of us are all Cape Town guys, all from the Western Cape.
Thank you very much, sir. Thanks. Dankie, julle kan maar dan stadig aanry asseblief. Moet hom net nie spin nie asseblief. Hy dra ook 'n kous die oom, so hy sukkel ook. Dis maar ons almal se lot net. Thank you very much. Thanks. Vierdeur. Hier is 'n vierdeur, 'n bietjie groter met 'n sonskerm. Dan is dit weer 'n tweedeur met 'n redelike boot. Daar's weer 'n vierdeur. Nog een wat 'n bietjie groter lyk en 'n bietjie sterker lyk. En dan 'n bakkie met 'n canopy op.
George Old Motor Car Show 2023, absolutely magnificent. 1,200 cars, over 2,200 exhibitors. It has been a magnificent day today. As you can see, we're in front of this Southern Cape Old Car Club, who basically organized this whole show. Old cars and old people need young people to develop, to continue the gees, to continue the spirit, the growth of old cars. And part of that is the Southern African Vintage and Veteran Association. Now, Philip is the chairman of SCOCC.
No,
President, I apologize, I was told very carefully. And as part of the whole youth development, Rudy, you look after the youth development program. Now, there was a prize draw earlier. I have the 3 prize winners. It is legit, it is proper. I'm going to hand over to Philip now, and you're going to do this presentation on behalf of the South African Vintage and Veterans Association here at the Southern Cape Old Car Club tent. Philip?
Yeah, thank you very much, Colin. It's a privilege being here. I've got 2 hats on. The one is Southern Cape Old Car Club. I'm a member of the Southern Cape Old Car Club as well as part of the organizing committee, but I'm also president of SCOCC. And we are very proud to have a young guy standing on my left-hand side, Rian Hanekom, all the way from Port Elizabeth. And he's our youth awareness program coordinator. And youth is very important to all clubs, because if the youth is not going to join us, the movement is going to die. And I would like Rian just to say a few words of how we would like to get the youth involved in our clubs. Rian.
Thanks, Philip. I think firstly, old cars is always going to be around, and we need custodians for the future. And I think the idea that Sava has come up with to make space for cars all around South Africa and for young people that can enjoy them. And this is a perfect example of how we can do this in the future. So congratulations to the winners. I think we've got three draws, lucky winners there.
Well, I'll give them to you.
Okay, let's ask Rian to open up the first winner.
Okay. So the first one is Nicole. And you are our first lucky winner. I'm going to hand it over to her.
No, you go. Philip's going to hand it over
to
you.
Oh, okay, thank you.
There we go, congratulations.
Thanks, Nicole.
Thank you
and
very
I hope
much.
that this is the start of a great future in the old car movement.
Oh, definitely.
Thanks.
Never ending.
Tell
Thank
us,
you.
have you got any old cars?
Yes. Well, my husband and I share a Mercedes-Benz W114 1973.
Okay, it's time to get a Ford, eh?
Always time for a Ford. Thank you.
Thank you, Philip.
Second,
let's have a look. Second one is Jan Frederik Inslin from Port Elizabeth. Congratulations, Jan.
Baie geluk.
Baie dankie. Baie dankie.
Jy speel nie net rugby nie, jy speel ook karretjies.
Ja,
Vertel ons 'n bietjie meer van jou karretjies.
Ek speel met my pa se karretjies op die oomblik. Ek is hier met 1959 Ford Thunderbird. Hierso vandag, ja.
Okay, maar onthou net ek is 'n groot Ford man en ek weet jou pa het 'n hele paar Fords.
Ja.
Volgende jaar moet jy daai blou Speedster bring.
Sal 'n deel maak met jou. Dis reg so. Baie dankie.
Baie geluk en ons hoop dat ons jou binnekort op een van ons toere sien met een van jou karre.
Dis reg.
Baie welkom.
Baie dankie.
third prize.
Okay, third prize is Michael Murray, also from Port Elizabeth.
Baie geluk, Michael.
Thank you.
And thank you very much for participating in our clubs. And we need the youth, and we hope that we can see you as a possible chairman of one of our clubs in the near future.
Maybe one day.
One day. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Bye, dankie.
How do you go about getting youngsters, igniting the passion, the spark?
It's a very difficult situation, but I think every club has got their own magic, and it's responsible. Each club is responsible for their youth awareness. They know what's in their area. They know what people like and collect, and it's our responsibility to get the youth involved by inviting them to participate. I always say we think of 30 years ago is 1970, but 30 years ago is actually 90s. So we need to change our mindset on what the youth likes and what they like to collect, and we need to alter that so that it's a win-win for everyone.
Awesome. Philip, final words from you?
Yeah, I just think that there's got to be a mind shift. And I think Rian has got to the root of it, is that a car that is 50 years old or 30 years old, in my opinion, it's not an old car, because an old car, according to me, is a car of 1915 or 1920. And I think that club members should make a mind shift to enjoy also the motoring heritage of the 80s and even the 90s, and I think we're getting close to the 2000s, because we're already in 2023. A car that is 23 years old is already an old car, and I think SAVA has also got a responsibility with their classification of cars to create new classifications and to broaden their horizons to include the youth of today.
Could it be something along the lines of the Southern African Vintage, Veteran and Old Car Association?
you're touching a prickly
nerve,
pear.
yes,
Yeah,
I
you,
know.
changing a name is always very difficult. But yes, I do think so, because a lot of the young guys, when you talk about SAVA, South African Vintage and Veteran Association, there's a gap, because I haven't got a vintage, I haven't got a veteran, so what have I got? We need to think about things like this.
We see one of the cars here is an Opel GSI, which in terms of racing, in the 1990s, but it's still a 30-year-old car. And a 30-year-old car, just after the war, they spoke about vintage cars, or was it veteran, whatever, the really old ones, were up to 1919, eh?
Correct, and I think you're touching a valid point there. I think the guys are struggling with, because we get veteran and vintage, post-vintage, post-war, and I think the younger generation do not understand that classification. An old car is an old car is an old car for them.
And if it's got an engine and 4 wheels and makes noise, it's welcome at the George Old Car Show.
Oh, for sure, always.
Thank you very much, guys. Good luck.
Thanks.
And to you out there, find a kid, any kid, doesn't have to be your own. Put them in an old car and come down next year, if possible, to the George Old Car Show, hosted and organized by the Southern Cape Old Car Club. We just love race car fans, petrol heads, and one of them, Broadside Bradley Johnson. Chevy Lumina, you love this car.
This is my other baby, and in fact I always tell my wife that this car sleeps better than she does. It sleeps on tiled floors, it's got 3 covers over it. Yeah, no, listen, the passion for this thing, I've always dreamed about owning one. I never ever thought in my whole life I would ever own one. And watching V8 Supercars Australia from 2002, 2006, this was, I said one day I would so love to own one of these.
It's a proper racing car, but the racing car's got very little to do with as a road car. But as a road car, it is a magnificent, involving car that can get seriously sideways at times.
I don't know where you hear that from, but I believe it is true. Yes, I always wished I could race a V8. I mean, I raced small engine cars for 20 years, and then you go and drive this thing, and I'm like, what the hell was I doing for 20 years? And now it's a road car. So, but I gotta keep telling myself, this is a Sunday car.
Yeah.
And not a Saturday racing car. So,
okay, so this is a normal Lumina, yes, and the one next door to it is the SS.
No, they're both SS's. You'll see
Okay, I got it wrong.
Yeah, this is the LS1, 5.7. This is the last year of them, and then from 2007 onwards, they came out in the 6-litre. And the reason
with the wider wheels, arches and things.
Yes, and the reason they had to do that is because the car's a lot heavier. Yeah. So to keep the performance similar, they had to up the cc's and the weight. But if you take the 2 cars and you accelerate together, they're like almost identical.
But a lighter car is a nicer car.
Definitely. The shapes are different. If you look at the windows, how they put together, the whole car's a completely different platform. But the ethos and the ethics of the cars, the LS, LS1, LS2, to me this is a 4-door Corvette. Because the engine, gearbox, diff is all Corvette.
Well,
so yeah, so it's a family Corvette.
Right, so are you back tomorrow again?
Yes, I will be back tomorrow.
Awesome. We might have to sit down in a more relaxed environment a little bit later today and discuss cars and racing and things and the passion of speed.
That's our passion. I mean, this comes from the heart, as you know. I mean, I marshaled when you guys raced, and we thought you guys were mad. So
we behaved ourselves, did nothing wrong.
Yes, no, you did. But you know, we witnessed that part of the era of motorsport, which I don't think will ever be repeated. So, and I count both of us privileged to be part of that at the time.
It was awesome, man.
And I think that is what brings out so much passion for us, for you and me, because I think we share the same thing about cars like this, and it gives me goosebumps.
You know what?
Do stuff like this.
Thank you so much for sharing.
Absolute
Be
pleasure.
well. Let's
You
go and
too.
have a cool drink.
Yes, sir. Thank
Cheers.
you. Cheers. Thanks, buddy. Oh, thanks. tomorrow we'll definitely hit that tent again.
Frikkie, are you chairman of the Morris Miners Club Association?
Yes, from the Western Cape branch.
Western Cape branch of the Morris Miner Association. Tell us, what is so fascinating about Morris Miners?
Because that was the first car ever produced that make the first million selling.
A million Morris Miners.
Yes, yes.
They were quite modifiable in their days, and to hot rod them.
Yeah, nowadays the young guys, they modified it, they put bigger engines in. But me personally think to keep it standard. And another thing about the Morris Miner is you get it in a traveler, get it in a pickup, get it in a 4-door and a 2-door. Unfortunately today there's no convertibles. But
I love this, the woody traveler bit. And just tell us some brief specifications of the car. They had a 4-cylinder Morris engine.
It's a 4-cylinder 948cc, and after the Morris, it was the Mini, and also a 948cc designed by Alex Isigonis, and the wood is ash wood. A special wood for English weather that can take punishment. So yes, I'm really fond of my Morris. This is.
And we were talking earlier about some famous Morris drivers. Peter Dirk Ace.
Yeah, Peter Dirk Ace and the guy that Willie Hepburn.
Yeah.
He started his career as a racing driver in a Morris Miner.
Chris Barnard.
Yeah, Chris Barnard also. They did a film about Chris Barnard's life, and this was one of the film stars in the picture that they did. So yes, Chris Barnard, world famous for heart transplant. I don't know if he will be able to could transplant an engine, but yeah, Chris Barnard used to drive a Morris Miner.
Awesome. Thank you very much for talking to us. Enjoy the Morris Miner. First to a million production. Cheers. Thanks.
Thank you.
2023 George Old Car Show. It's been a magnificent day one, 1,200 cars with a particular Italian theme. But we're here amongst the MGs, ranging a complete range of MGs, some of them fantastic, all of them absolutely beautiful and old. It's been a magnificent day. Cars going through the parade ring. We've spoken to Ferrari people, Alfa people, Ford people, Triumph people, and many, many others. Come and join us tomorrow, Sunday, for the last day. And as the temperature goes out of the air, it starts getting a little bit more relaxed as everybody joins in ending an absolutely magnificent day one of the 2023 George Old Car Show, organized by the Southern Cape Old Car Club. On that note, I'm going to go and look at some more cars, some more old cars, and marvel at the brilliance of a petrol-powered internal combustion engine driven vehicle.
Rev it, Liefie, I need more power. Revving it. Yes, baby.
Dankie dat jy hier was.
Jason, you muted. Spell failure.
Eskong. Hier dit. Headphones.
Baby. Oh.
Don't get a car for the life you want, South Africa. Get one for the life you've been given. We buy cars.